Exclusively at tonesliberia.com.
Pelican Entertainment. Hello, my boy. See, I see. You can take anything on me. You can drink anything on me. You can even call your friends to get you on me. You can drink anything on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah, yeah. Hello, baby, can I know you? Hello, Sonina, wanna hold you. I respect the fact that you got everything on your own. I'm not trying to brag about anything I do for you, girl. Promise I'll be front down to down. The feeling giving me is deja vu. Girl, you rolling with the dumb cardio. I'm the one you come calling on to. Promise I'll be front down to down. The feeling giving me is deja vu. Girl, you rolling with the dumb cardio. I'm the one you come calling on to, baby. You can take anything on me. You can drink anything on me. You can even call your friends and drink on me. You can drink anything on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah.
They tremble and we pour it when the big boy show face. The money by yeah, to spend it I know case so yeah. Kill it when they grab it and run off on the table you would notice. Grab it and run. My picking get away. Back and I'm all in car. She rolling with a shiggy bar that I can check to spend the paper. Spending the moko, yeah, big boys on the shisha. She feeling mango gaga. She want operate with a B-shot. She want to operate. Yeah.
You can take anything on me. You can take anything on me. You can drink anything on me. Call your friends to get you on me. Anything you want, you can drink anything on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah. Money by yeah, Kabahiana, yeah, yeah. Te pachikale, Juna pour me, Oreo, Bazi da bluffé, for your penny. I will empty my pocket. You gotta worry. I don't want you to worry. Anything you want, just ask me. Let me take you to Boulevard. Oh yeah, we can go to Angeles. Oh yeah, then we go to Mrs. Pie. Oh yeah, then we go to Golden Gate. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kapagiave, whatever, Kapagiave. Oh yeah, Muka, anything you want, I got it, Muka, take it home, Muka, don't worry, I got it, Muka, I got it, Muka, I got it, Muka, Kapagiave, Muka, I got it, Muka. Moko, Sonina, I got it, Moko, oh yeah, I got it, Moko, VIP section, I got it, Moko, I be chillin' with LB, I got it, Moko, Kid I be, ratting ball on the beat.
Begin at tonesliberia.com. Begin at tunes like VOSD.com.
Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I wear on donga. We not build good, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build good, we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. I go, back then I go. In the buildings on me. Back then I go. In the buildings on me. On my way to the club, oh, I met this beautiful chemo. I was like, girl, can I talk to you? She was like, you're too low for my standard. Some people can know I love you from the way that you walk and the way that you talk. Oh. Some people can know I love you from the place that you live and the thing that you do. Oh. Don't see me ladies, bella, when I dem go feepa, we can spend it. Oh. Don't see me ladies, bella, when it come to the money, we can spend it. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on
disrespect.
papa. You will not disrespect because I wear on donga. We not build good, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build good, we can make it
Email
happen.
them checking.
We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. I go, back then I go. In the buildings on me. Back then I go. In the buildings on me. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I wear on donga. We not build good, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build good, we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. I go, back then I go. In the buildings.
What did I do here? The sound interrupted. Sorry, guy.
Begin at tunes like VOSD.com.
Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the buffer. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I wear on donga. We not build good,
You make it
but we can
happen.
make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build good, we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. I go, back then I go. In the buildings on me. Back then I go.
because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the papa. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because I will on donga. We not build it, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not build it, we can make it happen.
Hey, my president, what's up?
But we can keep it popping.
Exclusively at tunesliberia.com. Begin at tunesliberia.com.
All right, let's try this last one and we'll get the show going here. We'll be right back. Milton said, what is my number? Your number is 7.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. People fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go wrong. No one to trust, my people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer, no work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the for us. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? They go us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? They go make you lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.
People lie to us.
The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Voice of Sino. Let me do this one. I'll be right back so we can get a show going here.
Corruption is something that we talk about. It is something that we complain about. It is something whose negative impact we recognize. It is something that even the corrupt acknowledge is a bad thing. But the irony and the tragedy at once is that those who engage in corruption love it. The tragedy at once is that those of us who do not engage in it directly accommodate it. Our levels of tolerance for corruption in Africa is amazing. A long time ago, a great Greek philosopher said that it is in the nature of man to hang the small thieves and to elect the great ones into public office. We do that in Uganda, we do that in Kenya, we do that in Tanzania, we do that in Africa. And that is why Africa remains the poorest continent on earth. I was this morning rereading a book which I commend to you. A book written by a young Zambian economist called Dambisa Moyo. The book called Dede. And in the introduction in that book, there is a note which was found in the bodies of two young Guineans who died while trying to run away from Africa. Today, many young Africans are running away. Not so long ago, about 4 weeks to be exact, 300 young Africans drowned in the Mediterranean Sea in Lampedusa because they were running away from Africa. Not so long ago, about 3 weeks to be exact, another group of young Africans drowned next to the island of Malta because they were running away from Africa. When you look at Africa today, whether you are looking at Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Nigeria, or indeed any country in Africa, our richest men and women are the men and women who occupy public office. We live in a continent where we celebrate thieves and vilify good men and women.
All right, that's the moral voice of Africa. Let me do a little sound test here to make sure.
Men and women are the men and women who occupy public office.
Let me do a sound test, please. Give me a second. All right, guys. Let me do a sound test, please. Give me a second. All right, I think my sound is beautiful from my end. All is well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Voice of Sino in the Diaspora with Doc Saipo the Esoteric, your own man, the gentleman who believes in doing justice to all. All right, so before we get the show going, the culture here is to acknowledge the viewers and then we can get the ball rolling here. All right, so I'm seeing President Francis Clamayo is following the show. Welcome aboard Milton, Shibet, Otello, Colo, and two others are watching. Miss Yomo Pine is also following the show. I'm seeing Emmanuel Youngway. All right, I'm seeing these are the people assisting your show. I'm seeing a lot of people following the show, but I'm not seeing your names. But if you are following me, if you're under the melodious sound of Dark Side the Esoteric, you are welcome to the Voice of Sano. Today I have a brief agenda, very brief, but substance packed. So before I get into it, I quickly like to do a quick shout out to the president of the Delaware Valley chapter to do a happy birthday shout out to the president. Tomorrow will be the midday, but this is a great lady. We might not do a show tomorrow. I'm not too sure. So, but we just want to seize the opportunity to say happy pre-birthday to the president, Her Excellency, Madame Frances Clamayo, the president of the Delaware Valley chapter, and I also say the president, the national president in waiting. The only hurdle, the only impediment right now to ascendancy to the national office is the coronavirus. But immediately after the virus, we want to make sure that we send the political Cleopatra to the Oval Office of the Sapo Nation, which we call FOLA, the national FOLA. Yeah, again, if you're a follower of Voice of Sano, you have to be bilingual. You have to speak at least 2 languages. And that's one of my goals here, to make you to speak one of the many African languages, So Fola in Sapo is the resting place, And so that's where the people can go after all the hard work, and they go and sit down and relax and have some rest. So the executive mansion of the United Sapo Association, they have various branches. So the local chapters and the national administration. So the woman that we are getting ready to send to Fola, that's the word. And so that's the lady. So we want to say happy pre-birthday or pre-happy birthday to the president. We wish you all the best. We wish you many more years and everything that God that you worship, has to provide. I'm not a deist, nor a theist, but these are things that you guys believe in. We want to ask your invisible man to bless you. We also want to ban an Afrocentric man. I also like to call on our ancestors, the ancestor, to shower you with their blessings. Everything that they have, their wisdom, because the wisdom that you already possess, we are asking the ancestor to augment or to supplement that, because coming to the high office in our union, it requires a lot of knowledge, and you already have that. So, Madam President, we wish you many more years, and all those that are joining, board member, Mr. Jawi, welcome to the show. I'm also seeing Reverend Alfred Yonte is also following. Tipote Warway, how you doing, buddy? Long time. Welcome to the Voice of Sino. Who here? Okay, those are the people that I just joined while I was talking. All right, so we just want to do a quick shout out to the president, the Cleopatra of the Delaware Valley chapter. If you also say the national administration, the president with him, Madam President Frances Clamayo. All right, enjoy your day. Tomorrow will be at Philadelphia. I wish it was number time. It would have been tomorrow. Would have been Philadelphia. Would have been practically on fire. Birthday fire. But we cannot go because of social distancing and all of that. There will be no shindig tomorrow for the lady birthday, a big day. But we'll have this after the virus. However, we'll have that program. All right, so that's just want to do a quick shout out to the president. Let's get to our agenda here. Things that I want to talk about today. That's the president, of course. So I just want to start with her. I got other people that I want to do shout out to also. So I will do a little shout out to some people that I saw that celebrated their birthdays. The next thing I'll be talking about, also I will do a congratulations to, a couple of people that graduated, or at least one person that I saw. And then we'll be reflecting, we'll be looking at the USAA last Sunday meeting. So I call that USAA last Sunday meeting in review. We're going to be looking at the meeting of the United Support Association that we had last Sunday. Next thing that I'll be talking about here, I call this one the early lamentation of the opposition over Honorable Zarzar's endorsement speech. The opposition in or in Liberia in general, the guys that are going against Augustine Chea. As you all know, Mr. Zarzar endorsed Mr. Augustine Chea and then declared his membership to the ruling party. And so as a consequence of that speech, the opposition, they are wailing, they are crying, they are lamenting right now. And so we'll play the lamentation, the voices of the opposition in reaction to the endorsement of the political Gandhi of Sano County. All right, that's something that we'll be talking about shortly. And then the last one I have for us today, I call it We Hear Your Cry. Mr. Aaron Manneh unveiled his 2020 midterm senatorial election platform. Okay, so we'll be navigating. Mr. Aaron Manneh is one of the candidates contesting. He wants to be our senator, so he unveiled his plan, his platform to the people of Sano County. And so we'll be navigating the honorable man platform to see what he has for us. Already, and that's what I think the politics of Sano County should be about. It should be about the issues. And so we'll go into that shortly. But let me do a quick shout out here to the people that are celebrating a birthday or celebrated their birthday. So let me take the Cleopatra down. And let me go here quickly and get to some of the images that I have. Give me a second. If you're just joining the platform, welcome to the Voice of Sano Sayapode, where we talk all things Sano County and the diaspora Sapo community. Tyann, what's up? Welcome aboard. Mimi, how are you? Welcome aboard. Let me do a quick shout out here. Let me start from there, not in particular order, but let me do this. It's a little man here. That's my little cousin. They call him Abdul. Abdul just graduated from high school not too long ago. And so Abdul, on behalf of the Oman, the family, Dr. Yapode, the Voice of Sino, want to say congratulations to young man on your graduation. You are now on your way to college. And so want to say hats off to you, young man. Continue. We wish you well on your journey into college. All right, let me go to something here again, just a quick shout out before we get into the substance of our day. Okay, this is my little man here, Adolphus Bully. Adolphus also, I saw Adolphus and celebrated his birthday, and so I just thought to do a shout out to him. Adolphus, he's in Liberia. These are the young guys, that motivate me. They will communicate. They're doing their best out there, staying out of trouble. For that, we want to say happy belated birthday to you, and we wish you many more. All right, so that's Adolphus right there. Basically, that's what I have for that, for birthday greetings. So let me get to the first thing here, the next thing that I want to talk about. And we'll bring on the Honorable President of our union, His Excellency G. Kodrio. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the Voice of Sano. If you are just getting on, saying Mark Jara, Mark, welcome aboard. All right, so I say USAA last meeting in review. All right, so if you don't know what USAA means, it means the United Support Association in the Americas. You got to put that as there, in the Americas. Okay, you got to South and North America. All right, so welcome to this section. So this segment, again, I'm going to be reflecting on our last meeting on Sunday. To begin with, I will ask the question, what was the telos? What was the telos of the meeting that we had last Sunday? So by telos, I mean, sorry for that. But telos, I mean, what is the purpose? Or what was the goal, the aim of that meeting? Why was the meeting called? Why was it convened? I was on the line for 2 hours, and I don't know exactly why, the purpose of the meeting. So I don't know. I listened. The problems for the meeting even started from the agenda. The agenda, that's where the problem started from. Okay, the president called a meeting, and then he has an agenda. The agenda, first of all, has to be put on the floor for adoption. The members got to accept the agenda before we go ahead. But the president came, brought an agenda, and he did not put it on the floor for acceptance. He said, okay, no comment on the agenda and what have you. So then why you brought this to us? And so that was the first fundamental blunder from that meeting. Okay? Another thing that I noticed from that meeting, the president, especially when we got to the point of discussing the convention, okay? Okay, before we go to the convention, let's talk about the attendance, the turnout first. I should be informed that the meeting was, if you were not on the meeting, it was poorly, screamingly poorly attended. The turnout was very poor. And that resulted from the way the information was sent out to the members. Okay? The publicity chairman of the administration did not do a good job in sending out the information to the members. And again, I will sound redundant. I will repeat this until you guys start doing the right thing. Okay? Because I'm part of the team and I have an obligation to provide ideas. Okay? But by team, I mean the United Support Association is a team. We make a union. And so when our leaders are making fundamental mistakes or blunders, if you like, we have to give some ideas. So the mistake was, if you read my article, I wrote a whole article on the meeting, but the publicity chairman, again, I have engaged some of the officials of the president cabinet, and we were vividly informed that the organization does not do business on Facebook. Okay, the organization does not do business on Facebook. And so, again, I'm not anti-Facebook. Okay, I'm not against putting out information on Facebook. But let us first utilize our primary means of communication as an organization. Okay, so the last time I checked, even though it's not transcribed in the Constitution, because at the time the Constitution was written, there was no such thing as text messaging and Facebook and those things. So the framers of the Constitution did not talk about that, and they are right, because if you don't know about something, you cannot write, you cannot incorporate it in your document. All right, even though you can predict certain things sometimes, but you have to be realistic. But anyway, so there is no such thing as text message and Facebook, but with technological advancement, we have text messaging and all those things. They talk about emails and all of that, you know, in their communication, but in the Constitution. But in the age of technology, you use nearly everyone has a cell phone, and so we proposed to the national administration that if you are planning a meeting of the magnitude that we had, the president, first of all, or the publicity man, has to send the communication to the various secretaries of the six chapters in the union. The communication got to be sent to these various chapter secretaries, and these writers would then go and send out, because after all, that's what we do. We send out meetings, we send out communication to our members in each chapters. So if the president sends out, or the publicity man works in concert with the chapter secretaries, the information will be effectively sent out to the people. So send it, for example, send the communication to me. I will send it out to all the members of the Delaware Valley chapter. You send it to Minnesota chapter, Secretary Godwin Chenton will send it out to the Minnesota members. If you go to North Dakota, Otavin Sampson will send out the communication to the members over there. If we went to Iowa, Mr. Quioh will send out the information. So that way, all the members will get, at least a vast majority of the members will get a communication. But if the president publicity man leave us out and start putting information just on Facebook, the vast majority of the people will be left out. There are young people, we have a lot of young people, some they are not on Facebook or like the other people, like some of us do. Even the elders, they go on Facebook. But if you put information on Facebook, they might not get it. Some of them they don't read and write. Okay, some of them go on Facebook maybe for the like you say, maybe the speeches, maybe if you like music and stuff like that, things that go on like that. But when it comes to writing stuff, they might not benefit from it. And some of those groups that the information, the publicity man sends the information, some of the chat rooms, our members are not part of those chat rooms. So if you put the information there, they will not have access to it, even if they are on Facebook, you know. And so we are calling on the president and his team to recalibrate, to change their strategy. The way the information is not effective and the members are not benefiting from the information. So we recommend to the president to follow our suggestion. If they don't want to, that's fine. But everybody got to benefit. Okay, now that's the issue of the communication. It was poorly disseminated, and now you have, the meeting, less than 50% were on the meeting. You have an organization that has estimatively almost 2,000 members, and you have 30% or 35% coming to a meeting. That's poor attendance. Okay, and so we have to work on the president and his team. They got to work on the communication again. Okay, and the publicity man got to do more, because we hard to see the man communicating information to us. Maybe after 2 or 3 months before we get information for. So you want to tell me 2 months the leadership is just sitting down doing nothing? So if the president is giving people a job, he has to assess the people's skills, what they are capable of doing. You know, it's not about bodyism or the person is your friend, cronyism. No, we should pass those things. Okay, so another problem with that meeting, which I thought is substantial and gigantic, is the convention. Okay, we have a convention plan or set for August. Okay, and before Sunday meeting, we had another meeting, and we say it was in May. We have to meet to decide whether the convention will go on or not. The May meeting didn't go on. Okay, and so last night after the May meeting failed, it was our first time meeting as a union. So our president, we never got statement from the secretary or the publicity man. So it was last night that the president breaks silence. So, but when he got on the line, the convention, with respect to the convention, we had the members from Florida that were on the line. Okay, we had the president of Florida was on the line, Mr. Sampson was on the line. The vice president was on the line. The former national president, Mr. Obaku, was on the line. And I think his wife was also on the line. 4 persons from the state that we're supposed to have, the convention supposed to be held. Okay? And we are talking about the convention. The first thing which we had done was for the president to ask the leadership from that chapter to give us update. What is going on the ground? What is unfolding on the ground? Let's get some ideas. Okay? Let's know what is going on the ground. But those members from Florida, nobody spoke. The president did not recognize any of them. Okay? So how is it that we as a union, we agree that these people will be hosting the convention and they are on the line, and we didn't ask them for any update? to know what are the rules, the state rules are being a little relaxed, or they are rigid. So just let's have an idea. It say, would it be feasible, would it be possible for us to have the convention that will allow people to congregate in a hall? We have to ask those people those questions, but nothing. You know what? They were not given the opportunity, so they were just on the line just to come and listen to President Gio and his team. You know, and we have to do. The president has to do better than this. So the convention discussion was a fiasco because we need no update. The only thing the president said was he pressing a team. Oh, the planning man and the project man, they are doing a wonderful job with the package. A COVID-19 package, they've been working on that package for the past 3 months. So before the guys, they were playing until 2020 will be over. You know? So it's just like, I don't know what we were there for. Whether the president brought a meeting to us, he came just to say he had a team to say what they got to say, and then the meeting there was no one resolution from the meeting. Imagine that. One resolution. We never had. And even the former president of our union, Madam Kalejewele, she was trying to at least help out the president. Some of the lapses between the board and the executive, because she indicated that when they call the president for a meeting, the president does not come. He doesn't show up. Okay. And then the president came after the lady spoke, and the president was trying to give this lame and impudent an alibi or excuse and say, oh, you know, I was sick and da. Okay, Mr. President, if you are sick, how do we know? People are calling you. You don't communicate with us. You don't return our calls. How do we know that you're sick? How do we know what is going on with you? You got to communicate with us. If the board call you for a meeting, if you can't make it, if you are not, we know people get sick, things happening. If you cannot attend the meeting, all you have to do, Mr. President, send a communication to the board, the chairman of the board, and say I would not be able to come. But you cannot just be quiet and you don't do no call, no show. We can't operate the organization like that. And then the president is not working alone. He has a whole team of people that work with him. We have the vice president, you have all the cabinet members. If the president is not well, he can send the vice president to go proxy for him, or whomever he trusts to proxy for him. He can designate somebody. But if the president is sick, nobody goes to the board meeting, and it's not fair. It makes no sense why you have the cabinet ministers or officials working with you. If you cannot designate them to go and go and participate in the board meeting so that they can bring update to you. But if the president is not going, nothing is done. And that is unfortunate. So the meeting last night was a total fiasco. The president was just whining, basically. You know, if you erred as a leader, if you make a mistake, hold on to it. It's part of leadership. Take responsibility. It's my fault. You know, I will improve on that next time. And that's what the president got to do. He cannot give up mistake. Oh, I'm sick and I got a lot of things to do and that. No, you know all of this before you came and vie for the office to be the president. And so when you have all these responsibilities, you cannot come if you know you will not do our work. Then why vie for the presidency to be the head of an organization? You know, and so the meeting last night was a lot of mistakes, and we wrote an article out there. And I know people don't like to read, but let it take some time, read some tips. You might not agree with Doc Sayopo, but the idea is maybe you can take the ideas to help us. You know, yeah, we are not just here to put the president on blast. The president, we indicated in the letter, if he was sick for you, Messiah called him. He did not return my call. I left a message. He did not call me back. He did not acknowledge my call. So I don't know whether he was actually indisposed. But his presence on the teleconference on Sunday, it tells me that he is well. And so we are happy that our president is well and is back on his feet. You know, whatever was going on with him, we are glad that. But moving forward, we want to ask our president to improve on his communication. That is very essential. Got to improve on that. If the board send you a communication, you cannot maybe go to a meeting tell the board member, write a communication reply, then designate somebody to go and do the business on our behalf. That's what we cannot blame the board members in this case. When they send you an invite, you don't go, and we blame them. No, we can't blame them. We got to blame you. You are the executive. All right, so that's a little bit of the meeting, the reflection Sunday meeting. I just thought it was not properly planned, and the planning was poor, the attendance was poor, and nothing, no substance. People just got on the line and talk, and some people, just listening to other people just to give rebuttal and vent out the anger. And that's what it shouldn't be. That's not what the organization is for. Let us give the ideas, discuss ideas, and devise some programs and help ourselves here and back home. But we'll go on the line, and then people will just talk, and get at each other throat. It's just sad. But again, we have to maintain President Chea for now because of the pandemic. For me, personally, I will be bold. I cannot wait for President Chea to be replaced, because for 3 years, it's just back and forth, bickering and arguing, and that is not good for our people back home. It's not good for us here, So the president got to be replaced. But now, the one thing that wasn't discussed, it was discussed but no resolution. It has to do with what are the if the convention does not go on, what are the precedent will be maintained, or will set out an interim administration. Because if the August convention does not come to fruition, it means that the president does not have the mandate of the people anymore, and so are the board members. Okay, and so after August, then the United Support Association will be in a leadership crisis. So how do we avert this now? How do we avoid? And that's why we call this meeting important. And I just thought the last meeting was not even necessary. The board and the executive first got to meet and brainstorm and come to a conclusion. Then they call us to update us. This is what we have decided. This is what we have decided. That's how it's supposed to be. But the guys come out to a no plan. The president only come, we are working on. Okay, we know that a long time ago. The budget was approved, so we expect you to be working on that. We want to hear what the budget was, the money was sent to Liberia. How you want to apportion that $10,000 that you will be sending to Liberia. Just tell how it will be compartmentalized, but nothing like that. President telling you, you're speaking fancy English, my hard working team. Okay, we know we got a team, but our people are not getting anything. And you get hard working team. What hard work you doing? For 3 months, COVID-19 is almost over, and our people are not getting anything, and the president bragging about a team, how good of a job they are doing. That's a bad job the guys are doing. When you can get the package to our people in 3 months, in almost 3 months, and we're going to the 4th month or 5th month, and you're talking about, my team doing jobs. So the president, sometimes he comes, in my personal opinion, he comes on the teleconference to bluff, to show how he knows the mechanics of the English language, how fluent he is in his speech, all of that. That's what I see. I don't see substance, and we have to get beyond those, that kind of bluffing stuff and come and speak fancy English or fancy sapo and all that. No, that's not what the organization was intended for. It was intended to do something practical for the people, and that's what the organization is for. But that's the meeting last night that I wanted to reflect on a little bit, or on Sunday actually. I wasn't impressed at all. All right, so that's the issue of President Chea meeting last Sunday. Let's get to the next thing that I want to talk about here. Okay, so this one, let me bring the president image down. I call the early lamentation of the opposition over on Zarzar's endorsement speech. All right, so I want to bring the images of some of the opposition members, and then we'll listen to them because we have the audio from the opposition reaction to Mr. Zarzar endorsement of Mr. Chea, and see what the sentiment the guys are expressed. So I'll be right back, like listen to Takon, and we'll be right back with more on the Voice of Sound. Where are you? Let's see. Nope. Let me get that. What's going on here? Technical problem here again. Some issue here technically. What is going on here again? Let me get that. Right. All right, there you go. Sorry. Let's do a quick commercial. I'll be right back.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. We tired with their promises that led us to a.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice of Sino, where Doc put the esoteric. And so this time we want to switch gear to Sino County to listen to the voices of the opposition. As in respect to their reaction to Mr. Zarzar's position, supporting Mr. Chea and declaring membership to the ruling party. And so at this time, I want to get to the audio here quickly for us so that we can listen to the early lamentation of the opposition over Honorable Zarzar's endorsement speech. Let's see here. Let me get to it quickly so that we can hear what the guys are saying. Their reaction to the political Gandhi speech. So let's get to the quick here. Quickly, it's loading. Where are you? Come on, I want this. No, don't waste my time, man. All right, let's see here. Let me get your commercial. I'll be right back. And let's listen to Takon. I'll be right back without audio.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us.
I
said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beef? We just that's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and you abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we.
All right, guys, welcome back. Let's get to the audio here, a reaction to the speech of Honorable Zarzar. Let's see here. Was yesterday on the Voice of Sano in Liberia, Sano County. Mr. Romeo Quioh gave a reaction. He was engaged by Patrick Bolu. And so let's see what he has here to say. Let me see the audio here. So the voice now is Mr. Zarzar.
Only as I speak, I want to tell you, we are getting the regular pay. What must a government do? What must the part? What must CDD do to begin the face? If it is wrong, I will not back it. But CDC deserves every support from us, from all they are doing. The fact here is, when you see the right, don't that because you are in the opposition, you should condemn it. No. This government is a pro government. Let me read something that was said relative to the refusal of people to get on payroll. I think we got said it is psychological murder to deprive a man of a job. You are Easter saying to this man, you have no right to live. Of course. There are what people have the right to live, or we give the opportunity. It is said, ladies and gentlemen, it is said that there is no positive neutrality. No alignment except it's an alignment. So we cannot sit here and say we are neutral. Let me want to go forth. That my endorsement of endorsement is my endorsement of my membership to the CDG government.
Okay, so that was the voice of the emancipator of the people of Sano County, Honorable Matthew Zarzar, representative for electoral district number 3, Sano County. That was his endorsement speech. That was a voice you just listened to. Now, this speech, it was the reaction. And so you listen to the Honorable, he said, there is no positive neutrality. Non-alignment itself is an alignment. And let it well go forth that my endorsement of Senator Augustine Chea is my endorsement of membership in the CDC government. And that was Honorable Zarzar. Now, in reaction to this, now on the next day, Patrick decided to engage the opposition to get their reaction to Mr. Zarzar's decision. And so we want to listen to Mr. Quioh, who is one of the robust and major opponent to the incumbent Mr. Augustine Chea. Let's see, let's get to that audio quick coming on. Let me push that forward a little bit. All that noise.
Jim Mr. Kevin. And so say he saw in
Let me see. Give me a second, please.
I think
it's the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Let me get to the right one here. I think I skipped. Now this one. Let's get a quick commercial again. I'll be right back. I got to play this audio for you.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not come up. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach, indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us a little and abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The
yeah, and good morning. How you doing this morning? I'm wonderful. What's that? We're going back to project.
So the voice you're about to listen to is the candidate on the screen, Mr. Thomas Quioh. That's his voice.
We're going back to project. Tell us, give us some reactions. One message on a Zarzar endorsement of Council Chea, with other purpose members sent to you, does it actually to get out of the race one time, son? I mean, you see this coming up.
But by the way, why you think it's going to come up before? And I'm not a radio, right?
You're on the radio already. So
I'm on the radio, right?
You're on the radio, so go ahead to the question.
Okay, thank you so much, Patrick. And quite frankly, now that I know what we're doing, there's a well funded decision for me. The Honorable Zarzar will endorse Chea. That's right. That's right. And I have no objection to that. Because that's the tenure of the non-profit. So absolutely. I have nothing against that. Also, I'm no country, I'm in a race, and I'll win this election.
Okay, so that's Mr. Romeo Quioh. He made it clear to us he has no problem with the decision of Honorable Zarzar, and he now knows where we are going. And he was emphatic that, Patrick, I will win the election. That's, you got to understand, these things were said before. I will win the election. So Mr. Quioh is still speaking in the future. Let me historicize the election campaigns of Mr. Romeo Quioh. Okay, Mr. Quioh, back in the day when he was in the U.S., he contested to become the president of the Support Association in the Americas. And when he said that I will win, he said the same thing in the United States. And then when he contested, he was defeated. So he said that saying, I will win. Mr. Quioh, again, while he was in the U.S., he contested for the presidency of the Sando County Association in the Americas. And he said the same cliche, I will win. And he was defeated. Now, let's leave the United States. Mr. Quioh went to Liberia and contested. This is his 5th time about to contest for elected position in Sando County. He contested first for a senatorial slot, and he said, I will win. And he was defeated. He contested for a representative slot in Sando County, and he said, I will win. And he was defeated. He contested for another representative position again for the 2nd time. He said, I will win. And he was defeated. He contested for a senatorial slot against the incumbent now, Augustine Chea, and he said, I will win. And he was again defeated. So now, fast forward to 2020, he is coming back again and say, I will win. So the question is, why is it that Mr. Quioh ran for elected position if you add the full senatorial contest that he participated in, and the 2 non-political position, the non-profit organization in the U.S., that's 6 times he contested for public, for elected position. And he was decimated. Why this time around he's saying the same thing? And let me tell you why Mr. Quioh was defeated multiple times. It's because if you understand the prior election, let's take, for example, the 2018 by-election. Mr. Quioh told us that we, the elite, he considered Mr. Quioh is one of the elites in the country. If you look at how he dressed, that's how the elite, they are shining in the country. While bulk of the people in the country are hungry. They wear the fancy clothes. They look great. So he told us that we, the elite, okay? And so the people of Liberia, they are sick of elitism, okay? They are sick of that because the elitist philosophy, elitism is not for the common man. It's not for the poor man, the old man in Bokon Jude. It's not the elite or the elitist is not for the old man in Tasu. It's not for the old man or the old man in Degbestown, in Vubadi, in Pelicon, in Joisson, in City Town, in Platte Town, in the various towns. I'll call you by young man. So the elitists, they are not for those people. The elitists, the elite, which is Mr. Quioh, one of them, they have a class. You know, the class of people, those that are doing well, those are the people. When they get to power, they seek each other interests. They don't seek the people interests. And so that's the elite. The elite is coming right back to the people. And if you listen to a prior videos during the 2018 stuff, you say, when the poor people bring cow to me, I don't want it. I don't need their cow, because they're the elite. They don't want none of the people. All they want is the people vote. Because when they get the vote, they will have access to the people resources. And that's what they want, because they are not there for the interest of the people. They just want to have access, the people authority, and then they do their own thing. So the elite is telling you, I will win. Meanwhile, you are defeated 6 times in the past. Now listen to him.
Not lying, during the 2017 election, 13 foundations endorsed and black and what a stupid word. You really got this. Made it, we did. Yeah, citizens different. So if you compare endorsement of this, that's all it is. For me, part of money doesn't have anybody. I'm going to agree and I will beat you.
Okay, so Mr. Quioh is telling us he want to beat all the candidates, and he was trying to give comparative analysis. Okay, he said during the 2017 election, Mr. Boyka, Joseph Boyka, the former vice president of Liberia, he was endorsed by 15 congressional, let's just say congressmen in Liberia, if you like, let's just say legislators. They endorsed Mr. Boyka. And so the comparison he's making is that the fact that the 4, let's say the 3 lawmakers from Sano County, Mr. Zarzar, Mr. Chea, and Mr. Slaw, and Mr. Duncan, the fact that they support or they endorsed Mr. Chea, that will not make Chea to win, because in the prior election, the 15 senators they endorsed Mr. Vice President Boyka, and Boyka were defeated. And so the endorsement of Mr. Zarzar and those guys, it means nothing. He will beat them. But the mistake that Mr. Quioh is making is that you have to understand the fact that you are endorsed by lawmakers. It doesn't. I agree with it. It doesn't necessarily follow that you will win. But here is it. Who are you endorsing? The person too has a role. So Joseph Boyka at the time, he told us that he was in power for 12 years. And guess what? He was packed in the garage. So what are all the people, the lawmakers in Liberia, they're endorsing? It will not change that far, because he told the Liberian people that he was doing nothing for them. So why should they give him additional 6 years? Boyka was in power for 12 years and no single car road going to a village. The man used to get in a helicopter to fly to a village. And so what are you endorsing or not? So if you make the comparison, if you compare that to Chea, they are totally different. Mr. Chea has served for 19 months. And if you look at his achievements in Sano County, they're astronomical. So you cannot compare the 2 people, because Mr. Chea is doing something in Sano County, whereas Boyka did nothing in Lofa. You see, so how are you going to make that comparison? So Chea, if you listen to the endorsement communication of Mr. Zarzar, he delineated those things that Chea has done. He gave you a summary. For example, the Mopo County Administrative Building that Mr. Quioh could not complete, the man completed that building. Imagine that. Where Mr. Quioh is from, the man completed a building from there, and the man who was the superintendent and who was the development superintendent simultaneously, he could not complete a building in the Mopo area where he is from. And Mr. Chea, who just came, he just did that. Mr. Chea, based on his instrumentality as chairman or member, if you like, on the telecommunication, I think he's a chairman in the Senate. He got various towns right now, Mr. Quioh's village, but then they couldn't receive phone call from there. But now, because of Mr. Chea's involvement, Now, all the various towns and villages inside the county now, even though Mr. Zarzar started that campaign when it started with a Lone Star, so Mr. Chea said, you know, I got to supplement the campaign of Mr. Zarzar for our people to have access. So they work together, and now our people have access to communication. The mayor is now, Mr. Quioh has been, he said, a superintendent, he said, assistant superintendent. There is nothing he can point to. But Mr. Quioh and Mr. Chea is now about to complete and dedicate a vocational school in Sano County, something that Mr. Quioh could not do. When he was assistant superintendent for 4 years, they couldn't do anything. Okay? So if you make the comparison and say, oh, 15 senators endorsed boycott, the two individuals are different. You have to look at their track record. Their track records are very important. Mr. Chea's record is impeccable. The man is fighting to reconcile the people. He is a peaceful man. You see, so that's the kind of man that people want. And that's somebody who will divide the people. And so Chea, comparing Chea to Boycott's case, they are radically different. The vice president has a dilapidated and, I mean, a decomposed history. Okay, the same is not the case with Chea. Okay, let's listen to Mr. Quioh here.
I watched it myself. I went around with everybody. I go to the system. I was trying to do it. I was around that. I want to get the competition. And so, oh boy. Well, look, I read all these in my all of those are the questions. And all the comments on it. That's cool. That's what it is. I remain standing. I made a race. As soon as the COVID and the system that I was so taking the country to control what I was doing. And I know this kind of rampant people of Channel, they vote for me. Across someone night. I know places. I've been here for long. I'm not taking employment. I'm fighting for lawmaking.
Okay, so you hear Mr. Quioh. He has been in this for a long time. Okay, I know politics. I'm not in there for the job. I have passion for lawmaking, and that's why he's in there for. So, in other words, why he's telling us, he never had passion to become assistant to superintendent. He never had passion to be superintendent for Sano County. Okay, so right now he would have passion for lawmaking, and so that's why when he was superintendent and assistant superintendent concomitantly, he did nothing for the people because he never had passion for that position. And so the best thing they could do for the people at the time, because if you have no passion, if you have no love for something, what do? You don't pay more attention to that thing. You do it lackadaisically. And also Mr. Quioh and his body TJ, the best they could do, because they never have love for that, they never have passion for being the president and assistant president of the county, they never have passion for those things. And so the best they could do is to steal from the people. But now he's telling you, the same man is telling you now, you know, I love you people, and I'm coming. I never have passion for assistant superintendent job. I never have passion for superintendent proper job. I have passion for lawmaking. And I will tell you, I will make the laws.
Lawmaking.
Well, I have passion for lawmaking. I will demonstrate to you that I can make laws than to serve as the governor or the president of the county, where you can make direct impact in the lives of the people. No. He said, no, I have love. I mean, I'm not looking for a job. Okay, sir, becoming a lawmaker is a job. So if you say you don't want a job, then why are you pursuing the position? Why? If you're not looking for a job, then get out. Just go stay home and relax to your house. If you're not, this is the job. And people, when you say, oh, I'm not looking for a job. Yeah, lawmaking is part of the job responsibility of what you are running for right now. So it's a job. So if you're not looking for a job, then go sit down, sir. So listen to him. And then you're talking about qualification. That's what the debate is here. You had the qualification, Mr. Quioh. You say you were qualified. Why were you defeated 4 times? Even in the US, you are still defeated. Non-for-profit organization election you participated. They beat you. They beat you. It's not about qualification. It's about your history. What you have done when you are given the opportunity to serve the people. What you did is what turned the people off. Your deportment and your history is not appealing to the people. And that's why it's not about qualification. The people call you a woo scientist. Yeah, the people don't want a title. They don't want, it's what you can produce without titles. And that's what the people are talking about. They gave you the opportunity and you did not produce. Listen to him.
So what is the reliance? What is your strength politically to take on a man endorsed by 3 city lawmakers and on the ticket of the CDC, the ruling party?
My friend is sitting in the beginning of your trial.
Okay, so Pastor asking, what is your strength? What is your reliance? Mr. Quioh said, my strength is the people of Sano County. The people that he looted from, that his strength. Mr. Quioh, do you think our people, something wrong with them? They know your history in the county. And so you cannot this is politics. When they use the people, then they can't bring these two talks to the people. I rely on the people. But the people rejected you 4 times. So how can you still rely on them? What have you done differently to get to garner the people's support this time around? What? Tell us, Mr. Quioh. So he said he relies on the people. Listen to him.
It's not what's too proud, man.
Okay, now I'm a very powerful and reliable political habit. So
Okay.
So you see, he has a powerful and reliable political party. So he's going on a CPP ticket. That's why he's running on. So that's powerful, you know. Again, Mr. Quioh is making a mistake. It's not about the organization you are in. It's about your own record with the people. It's your own relationship that you establish with the people. So if you call Obama right now to go campaign for you in Liberia, it is not going to erase the bar like I said you established in the county. We'll show you the reports to you guys the other day. And those reports are horrible. So looking at the content of those reports, why should the people still vote for you? Do they want somebody to loot from there again for you to leave? You loot at first, you loot at second, and they should put you there for the third time to loot? If that's what you're saying? All right, so powerful political party is not going to save Mr. Quioh in Sano County. Mr. Quioh is going to be decimated again by Mr. Chea because he has no record in the county that we can, admirable record in the county that we can appreciate. That yes, when you are here, this is what he did. Listen to him.
Coming into a person, in no way, too bad. Yeah, come, repeat yourself.
My friend is asking the people of Ghana will be elected, and so the people of Ghana need a viable representation. Who the hell?
Need a viable and knowledgeable representation. He is viable and knowledgeable. But not knowledgeable, man. I mean, come on. The past is the key to the present. Thomas Aquinas is still right. Your past is not telling you the people of Sano County didn't establish, it will not serve as the key to your future right now. No, you didn't do it well. You didn't do it justice, Mr. Quioh. So you can brag about your knowledge and your quality. What benefit did we achieve from your knowledge? from your capability, from your degrees. It's corruption. That's what we got from you. He said, not because I am inimical. You know, they're speaking these big words. It's not because I am inimical. Yes, you are inimical. When you say inimical, it means that it's not harmful to the people. You are detrimental, Mr. Quioh, to the people of Sano County, vis-a-vis your record. So you can't say you are not. How is it that you say you are not inimical to the people of Sano County, but the Sincon statutory district and the Wakaba statutory district, when Senator Teje crafted this bill right here, this is Senator Teje's bill to take the people land. Okay, this is Senator Teje's bill. What did you do? Didn't you support him? You supported. This is the bill here. This is the bill that Teje crafted to take the people, the Sincon people land in Sano County. He ran a campaign against the district and called it Boca District. When the officials got confirmed, Senator Teje turned around and sponsored this bill to take the people land. And Mr. Quioh supported him. We read Mr. Quioh article the other day where he wrote a whole long article supporting Teje. But he's telling us, I am not inimical to the people of Sano County. How else should you be harmful to the people? When you are supporting your guy who's trying to take people land, and you are telling us that you are not inimical to the people, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are supporting a man. Yes, the verdict from the court, the 14th Judicial Circuit Court of Riverside County that declares Senator Teje guilty. This is the guilty verdict right here in my hand. This is the man you are supporting. But you are telling us that you are not inimical to us. You are horrible to us, Mr. Quioh. Your record is clear to us. You are not in the interest of the people. You are inimical, you are harmful, you are detrimental, you are everything else to the people of Sano County, based on the record that we are looking at. So you cannot come when we have the evidence, the document in your possession, and you tell us that you are not inimical. You are. Yeah, the people that are supposed to get jobs, that's an Teje plot. Okay? Let me show you first of all, yes, the confirmation in my hand here. Okay? Senator Chea is the co-chairman on the committee that's supposed to confront our people. Okay, here's the confirmation sheet here. Senator Chea refused to sign. And that's the man that Mr. Quioh is supporting to give our people employment opportunity. Yeah, some of the names, okay? A long list of people. Yes, a list of people here. A citizen of Sano County to get a job, okay? Mr. Quioh supports the idea to stop the people from getting a job. But he's telling us, excuse me, I drop my people here. He's telling us, I'm not inimical to the people of Sano County. How else should you decapitate the people? Should you cut their hair every morning before they know that you're harmful to them? Yes, Mr. Quioh is telling all that. I'm not inimical. Yeah, it's the petition from the Sapo people, the Sapo Rebel Association in Liberia. When they went, the petition they said submitted to the capital, to the lawmaker, to the Speaker of the House, on Teje's bill, the bill that I show you here. Because of the bill, the people were able to, they demonstrated, they went to the Capitol building so that their land cannot be confiscated. Mr. Quioh supported Teje to take the people land. But in telling us, I am not inimical, you think we can understand English? We want to break down when you say inimical, that means he's not harmful to you. He is harmful. Anybody who supports another person who wants to take your land is very, very important. And so when somebody wants to take your land for you, that means they want to disempower you. And Mr. Quioh is in support of disempowering our people by telling a guy who declared himself enemy to the people. And you are taking the people land. You are using the law legislatively to take the people land. And Mr. Quioh wrote a whole article supporting the man. And you're telling us, oh, I'm not harmful. You're not harmful too, Mr. Quioh. I'm going to show you this is your report, the GSC report. Okay, this is the report. What you did in Sano County, and you say you are not harmful. You are harmful. The report is telling us that you guys abandoned 74 projects, development projects. Or if you like, they sent over $4 million, almost $4 million for 74 projects. And you guys would have completed 3 projects out of 74 projects. What did you do with the money? But you are telling us, hey, I'm not harmful to the people. I'm not inimical. You are. We don't want you. And we want to make sure that you are politically decapitated. Yes. There is another report here, Mr. Quioh, from the GAC, a reputable organization, anti-corruption organization in Liberia. What they say about you. You left our account balance negative $27,000. I'm talking about United States dollars here. Mr. Quioh left our account negative when you were superintendent, negative $27,000, and you abandoned our projects, and you're telling us, I'm not harmful to you guys. I love you. That's how you express love to people. Yeah, listen to Mr. Quioh here. Listen to him. The thing I just told you, he calls that, he said, I'm not corrupt. All what I just listed to you, that is not corruption. That is expression of love to the people. Okay? That is expression. If you support somebody who wants to take the people's land, that is love in the view of Mr. Quioh. If you abandon 74 project, that is love to Mr. Quioh. Mr. Quioh was living off he looted the Capitol building, everything, air conditioning, the man, that's love to the people of Sano County. That's how he calls it. You see, these are the guys. Election time, they will say these things to you. If you look at their record, it's horrible. And we'll tell you, we are sending you a strong, strong message to you. Whether you my sister, you my brother, my family man, you my tribal man, if you have a bad history in Sano County, I will speak against you. And that's why I've been challenging these guys. Oh, Mr. Zarzar is corrupt. Mr. Zarzar give me an evidence, incontrovertible evidence, something that nobody would doubt. Okay? Give me something convincing like the GSC, for example. Because anything from the GSC, I will believe it. Because there's no reason why the guys will be pay all that money and will be lying on people they know. And so get me something convincing on Mr. Zarzar, and you will see what I will not come on here. But they say, oh, the man corrupt, but they're not showing you anything. Yes, Romeo own history. His own statement, Romeo own history, he wrote a statement himself. Should we deny that too? His own self wrote, I support Tiago to take the people land. Shouldn't we take that for granted? Shouldn't we consider that too as an evidence? All right, so that's Romeo Quioh telling us I'm not corrupt. He is corrupt.
People say that person. I protect and confident. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm not saying okay, I have to go ahead. Otherwise, the whole phone like the dog. I'm not after the kid. I think it's a okay? For part of my
give me a second.
So what do you make of the political calculation 2023 and 2020?
I don't want to be too but then I'm trying to I want to agree because I'm not being active before but I know
you see, there is a difference between optimism and Pollyannism. Okay, two different words. If you are optimistic, it's something that is achievable, okay? But if you are Pollyannish, then you are blindly optimistic. So Mr. Quioh is telling us, by 2023, you're being the Senate. That is Pollyannism, okay? That's been Pollyannish. That's blind optimism, okay? He knows that he's not going to win. He knows that. But he's trying, that's blind optimism he's giving you right there. Just listen.
I know that the is this strong. I think it's this strong. Okay? And I'm not sure that here also will carry two people or who go that support it. I mean that we can't move by that move to almost that and you go up to the 2023. I got to do that. But all I know that Jackie remains opposed to Randall.
Okay, see? So you're listening? He's still pressing TIJ. Okay? He's still pressing the man. He support the man to take the people land because he's a force to reckon with. So the man, the force to reckon with, the man was campaigning to take the people land, Hey, he supported our force. He buttressed our force. So he's telling you that he's a force to reckon with. I'm still standing with him. Listen, he come and say a lot of things. Listen, they will work together and all of that.
Then you say they want to go TV. Now, figure the better now. They want to go TV. Okay. And then there's many men all about how to do that. They're primary and finish the board after the end. There's our big out. It's like a 25 wood. It's not probably before the house. I want it. Okay. The second house, I live TV. So my then I said, what the fuck? I was there. I find it.
Yeah, that was telling myself work together. You see, they worked together first, and the Lieutenant Sano County, TJ was the superintendent, and he was the assistant superintendent. They worked together, and the Lieutenant Sano County, all right, for 4 years, and then when TJ left, for him to become the superintendent, TJ said, no. You know what? You see, to the point where your fellow criminal will reject you, you are in bad shape. So the two of them stole, and TJ know what he can do because the store is sufficient. So putting the money, him alone now, for Romeo alone to be in charge of the county money, they just say, no, the man alone enjoy too much, so I'm not supporting you. So they just say, no, the man. So guess what? They do what they did? They declare vote of no confidence in the man. TJ himself does not trust Romeo Quioh. The two criminals. Corrupt man number one is Milton TJ. Number two is Romeo Quioh in Sano County. And then number one does not trust the number two. But the number two is saying, I'm not half for the Sano County. But your fellow convict, the criminal, I caught Senator TJ criminal because he was declared guilty for corruption. And so in that case, because they had a lot of charges on him, economic sabotage, misappropriation of public assets, and all those things, bypassing the law and all of that. And so he was declared guilty. Excuse me, guys. So if TJ does not trust Romeo, why should the people of Sano County trust him? Why? Tell me. If Senator TJ can declare vote of no confidence in Romeo Quioh, why should the people of Sano County repose their confidence in him? Somebody tell me. We'll tell our people, if TJ does not trust Romeo Quioh, do not trust him. Do not. If the two people, they stole your money and the other guy does not trust a friend, why should you trust him? Why? Romeo does not belong in your soul. When he goes there, it will be another corruption jamboree in the Senate. The two of them, if you put TJ and Romeo back in the Senate, you finish. While their children, they are going to the Ivy League school, your children will be wallowing in poverty. They will be over there and 24/7, they're hungry because they don't care. TJ will go Morovia and say on the radio and say, when you go to Sano right now, the gravy is flowing all in the place. Gravy all over the place. People children are hungry. And that man will have the audacity to say on radio and he say, gravy all in Sano County. You know the gravy you're talking about? The gravy of corruption, him and Romeo. That's what you were talking about. They enjoy when they're looting the poor money, they get the gravy, they can cook any soup, they eat it. So it was a gravy that you were talking about. All right, now listen to Romeo Quioh. You'll vote for him, you'll see what will happen to you.
I'm not sure this. They spend out from that government is talking about this. I'm not sure.
Okay.
He said he's not sure. Okay? He's not sure. So if you are not sure, that means you have is an element also, you have some belief that it can happen. But you're not 100%, you're not sure, you know what I'm saying? So he's not sure, but we are sure that he will be defeated. We are positively sure that Mr. Romeo Quioh will not become the senator of Sano County because the people of Sano County will not do it. Think about it. Romeo Quioh wants the single people to vote for him when he supported TJ to take their land. Is that serious something? A serious man you're talking about? The single people, let's take the sample group, for example. The single had the highest number in electoral district number 3, and you are supporting TIJ to take the people land, do you expect the people to vote for you? No, they're not going to vote for you. Even in your own town, they get you money to construct administrative building. You ate the money. You want the people in your town to vote for you? No. So that's it. Romeo Quioh is not a man. For the people of San Conte.
Yeah, thank you for joining us this morning on the platform. It's a pleasure having you back. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to Quioh there for the nation's capital. So let's see. We try to connect the man on the other side. We can't get him. The phone.
Okay, so that was the voice of the former existing development superintendent of San County, the former superintendent of San County, Mr. Romeo Quioh. That's the man you just heard. He said he's not harmful to Sano. And the record is saying the exact opposite. All right? So the people of Sano County, do you want Mr. Augustine Chea, who has been in the Senate for 19 months, and he's now connected to various villages, he got access to telecommunication service. The man is now about to complete the first vocational school in Sano County. Is the man who is advocating cohesive, he's talking with a message, campaign message, he's been consistent. He said cohesiveness. He wants unity in the county. Is that the man you want? Or the other one, Romeo Quioh, who is supporting TIJ to take people land, which is division? Is that the man you want? Or you want Augustine Chea, who said, no matter your tribal background, all of us we got to work together because our people are suffering here. The man who is working along with Mr. Zarzar so they can improve the lives of the people in Sano County. Mr. Romeo Quioh had the opportunity to make an impact in the lives of the people, and he blew the opportunity. And now he's telling you, I'm not corrupt. But the record is saying different things, sir. All right, so let's listen to another one. This is that we'll listen to Mr. Romeo Quioh. So the next person is the communication man of Senator TIJ. Okay? So let's listen to the communication man. The guy is Romeo Quioh, his lamentation, he had that honor polyanialism, okay? And that's blind optimism. So you're blindly optimistic. I will win, even though he said that before in the US, United Support Association campaign. I will win, the be him. Sano County Association presidency, I will win, the be him. 2 times representative, he said, I will win in Sano County, the be him. He ran senator in Sano County, I will win, the be him. He's saying the same thing, okay? So now let's listen to the representative from Senator TIJ, all right? His reaction to Mr. Zarzar's speech. That's a Hugh Bladee, okay? Hugh Bladee is a communication man for Senator TIJ. And so let's get his reaction to the speech, all right? Let's listen to Hugh. Let me see here.
It's pushed off and what's going on. But any moment from now, we'll open the microphone to our guests, Reverend Joe Chetty Jowle. You know, we try to get all the balances this morning. You know, got to get all the inputs this morning and let's see. I mean, let's see. Let's go to the other side of it. Let's go to the other side of it.
Now what Mr. Hugh Bladee is coming to cry. Just listen.
This is double entry ever folks. This is the Volunteer Community Radio, and this is Patrick Bodu, and there is the official voice of Sano County. Let's go to talk to. Let's go to talk to. Let's go to talk to somebody quickly. Wow, this number didn't go through. Let's go to talk to somebody quickly. In the non-video, I will talk to the last person perhaps, and then later on GKD, talk to the rest of the people today. So let me see who I can talk to lastly here. Let me see if I can talk to lastly here. Let me see if I can talk to Hugh Bladee, then later on talk to the rest of the people I can reach right now. All right, so this is the focus on the radio, folks, and my name is Patrick Bodu, and we're on David Simon. Our guest, Reverend Joe Jowle, is already seated. And very shortly, we're going to take a pause and also move into the conversation. Okay, so let's see.
Just give me a second, guys. I don't want to play with it before we skip. I want to start from the beginning with Hugh Bladee.
Hugh Bladee has been instrumental. Okay, so let's see. Actually, we're going to talk Hugh Bladee this morning, and then call it a day. Then we started obviously that video that we did this morning. And as you listening to politically Kenya to analyze some of the messages coming out, from the document and all of that. So I don't know what's great. So help me this morning, get another great treatment, please. Okay. Okay, this is the book on the radio. My name is Patrick Brody. Hope you still with us this morning as we go through this interview this morning. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if we can connect this very now on the line. Let's see if we can connect this on the line. Okay. So you should be connected this morning. They started this is the person on the radio. Okay, so let's talk to Hugh Bladee. Hugh, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Video Sunday.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you, Patrick?
How are you doing this morning?
Sorry, guys, technical problem over there. Let me make sure. All right, so let's listen to Hugh Bladee now.
This is the coronavirus. We all monitor really like US and different numbers.
Okay. So I mean, we're analyzing the events of Friday. I mean, one person who follow engagement and being very active in the politics of Sanyo, especially at the level of the capital building. Tell us exactly what message the endorsement sent out to politicians, and to 2023 as well.
Well, I think that I saw this endorsement advertisement on social media. So I said to myself, that I walked in the Capitol building to witness the ceremony. So I went to the Capitol building and I was some of my colleagues. So that was held in the John Kimmer situation. And I could be honest with you, on record. So association and basically is with any organization at any time. So with the speaker of Honorable Zarzar, it was watching. The decision by all people starting there. Or every group. Hello?
Go on.
Is the speaker is a independent decision made by him and has no funding or any tribe. It is Honorable Mr. Zarzar the speaker. First, that's it.
Okay, so Hugh Bladee said Mr. Zarzar's endorsement has no bearing on any tribe. All right, now the first mistake the guy made over there is the word tribe. All right, the endorsement of Mr. Zarzar by endorsing Senator Chea by Mr. Zarzar, it wasn't disciple tribe that were endorsing Mr. Chea. It was Mr. Zarzar as a person, But you see, these guys, they are under the tutelage of Senator Chea, So they will not debate the substance of the issue. they will always segue, they will transition, they will deviate, they will divert from the issue and go to tribalism, because that's the only way they can survive. And so the whole thing, instead of dealing with the substance of Mr. Zarzar endorsement, the issue, the things that he highlighted, if I were Hugh Bladee, I would have debunked those things that Mr. Zarzar highlighted in his statement, but he didn't touch any of those things. He said it has no bearing on any tribe, but it wasn't a tribal endorsement. It was Mafi Zarzar endorsement. So we have to make that clear to Hugh Bladee. Okay, you have to separate Mr. Zarzar from the Sapo people, although he's a Sapo man, but the decision wasn't made as a tribe, okay, or as a representative of a tribe, as a person, okay.
So he does equality. But I don't like to give a class about it. You see, politics, is a difficult thing. Because when you replace people, at the end of the day, expect people to do the thing. All right? And what the political system is very unacceptable. All right? I will gradually we have someone, and I can speak of you without fear of favor. It's kind of anger, decision. And when you want to,
before he goes ahead, he used the word betrayal. Okay, so he will make it clear, but he spoke of betrayal. Okay, you see, these guys, they will be the epitome. They will be a pure representation of something, but they will flip it on other people. The people of Sando County, they repose their trust in Senator Chea. Okay, you got to understand, Hugh Bladee is a spokesman for Senator Chea. The people of Sando County collectively, they repose their trust, their confidence in Mr. Chea. But Mr. Chea, from the superintendency, all right, he stole the people money, the people that trusted him. Okay, up to now, when you are in the Senate, he's still crafting bill to take people land. The people that repose that trust in him, that is not betrayal of the people trust in the view of Hugh Bladee. The biggest betrayal ever, Mr. Hugh Bladee, is for the people to give you their resources and you lavish the resources. You're building personal motel for yourself. It's a huge betrayal to the people of Sando County, Hugh Bladee, if you are supporting a guy, Mr. Milton Chea, who sponsored a bill to make rape billable in our country. That's a betrayal of the people of Sando County and the entire country. Hugh Bladee, if you support a man, it's a huge betrayal to the people of Liberia, a man who supported Charles Taylor, who was a spokesman for Charles Taylor and murdered 250,000 people, and you are serving as a spokesman to him. You and Chea, you are betraying the Liberian people. Okay, that's a betrayal of the people trust. Okay, so if you want to flip these words around, we are here to listen. Okay, a man who the people made lawmaker, and the man abandoned the people caucus. That's betrayal of the people. You betray the people. You're telling the people caucus it has no relevance. You are saying it's infinitely acrimonious and it amounts to nothing. It's no asset to the people of Sando County. That means Mr. Chea was talking to the people of Sando County. He betrayed the people trust. For how many months now? 8, 9 months. He is not part of the people. That's betrayal of the people trust. Okay? Because they speak, the caucus, they speak for the people of Sando County, and you abandon the people's caucus. That's betrayal. Okay? Listen to Hugh Bladee. Tell me, you get me talk more. Just listen.
You realize that the political constituents that are reserved for standard, look at the proper drive. The single leader, not the single leader of that
you see, he said the constituent, the political constituent that Mr. Zarzar represents in Sando County, not a single leader attended occasion. Hugh Bladee is a hardcore negative travelers like Milton Chea. Okay, What Mr. Zarzar did had, I mean, as a matter of fact, we have to make it clear to you, electoral district number 3 is not only Sapo people that are in electoral district number 3. All the tribes in Sano County, they are in electoral district number 3. Even some of the American Liberians in different tribes, they are in electoral district number 3. But Hugh Bladee, they don't think nothing else. They can debate the issue, but tribe, okay? Because that's how they survive. They do divide and conquer. So they appeal to the tribal sentiment of the people just to divide the people. And that's why the young man is, okay? So he said, one person, the constituent he represents, the tribe, now one person, but it wasn't tribal endorsement. So why the tribal people would come? Mr. Zarzar wasn't going and say, oh, I'm coming to endorse Chea on behalf of the Sapo people. No, he didn't say that. It was Zarzar's endorsement. So why you expect the people to come there when it wasn't meant for them? All right? So Hugh Bladee has no argument. He has nothing. And this is what he's doing here. Here is the game he's playing here. Mr. Chea is the one in the race, right? Mr. Zarzar is not running. All Mr. Zarzar did was to support somebody who is running. Instead of Hugh Bladee going after the guy that is running, who is about to beat his candidate, he turned it back on Mr. Chea and going after Mr. Zarzar. You see, that's what we call red herring. You try to distract our attention from what is at stake here. What we expect from Mr. Hugh Bladee is to look at Mr. Chea's agenda. That's the man that is running right now. Okay, what is he bringing to the people? Mr. Chea is clear. Number one, his mantra is the cohesiveness of the people of Sano County, and that's why he's running. He wants to unite the people because he believes that once the people are united, our development agenda will be accelerated. Okay, that's the title of Mr. Chea's campaign. Okay, first of all, refute that title. It's about to preach unity among the people. Okay, if you say that is bad, what is your alternative? What is your candidate bringing? Okay, so the man making the campaign now as if to say it's Zarzar versus Teje. Okay, Zarzar and Teje, they are not in the race right now. So why are you going after Zarzar? So the man has no argument whatsoever. Listen to him. Listen.
They expected and recited political restitution to him that was dead. And that was because he had against it. Not a single law because of crime. All right? Now,
not a single person from the top. I don't know what the guy is talking about. Hugh Bladee, once again, I will repeat myself. This is not a travel endorsement. It's Zarzar's endorsement. Okay? So get that. It distinguishes Zarzar from his tribe. Zarzar is not representing the Sapo people in Sano County. He represents, as a matter of fact, Sano County. When they say the lawmakers from Sano County, it's Zarzar. It's not Sapo people. So why you guys tribalize everything just to divide the people? It's just sick. It's sick to listen to some of these guys. They make me weak. You know, they make me weak.
What I would buy like that, or I would sell that, get to the read, or I would run up here, also register and was accepted to contest in that election. And in that election, before that election, there's a couple leader, and I would not say couple. You cannot be voted Hugh Bladee from the tribal side. You cannot be voted Hugh Bladee from the crew side. So we have on both sides. Now,
okay, Hugh Bladee said we cannot divorce him from the Sapo tribe and the crew tribe because he's from both sides. Okay, but Hugh Bladee, everything that you do, the tribe doesn't support it, even though you are not from there. So we can divorce your activities from that tribe. You know, that label, we cannot take it from you though. But your deeds, when you kill somebody, it's not Sapo people that kill somebody, it's Hugh Bladee, even though you are a Sapo man. Okay? So the fact that the argument you are making, oh, you can, in other words, what he's saying, what Zarzar did is Sapo people. But it's totally the two different things. They're stealing that they did in Sano County. Can we say that the crew people stole from the people of Sano County? No. That would be a bad argument. That would be a bad thinking. So, TJ is a crewman. He stole from the people outside of Compton. We cannot say all crew people are rogues. No, it's TJ. So Zarzar is from the crew, from the Sapo tribe, and he supported, let's just say, Chea. It has nothing to do with the entire tribe. Okay? So we can divorce the man from his tribe. It's his decision. His decision can be divorced from the tribe, although he's from that tribe. Okay, so you cannot make these basic and fundamental, basic, they are flaw analysis you are making here. Yes. The fact that Ted Huge is from the Sapo tribe and from the Ku tribe, and he's supporting TJ that is trying to take the people land. Should we say all Sapo people support Hugh Bladee because he's from the Sapo side? No, we can make the argument. So it goes on you. So we are talking about decision versus label. So we are not talking about the label here. The Sapo tribe, or let's say tribe, Sapo, crew, and no different. Those are labels. So that distinguish the label from the man decision. It's the decision we are talking about here, not a label. So Hugh Bladee is just messing things on here. He has nothing to say.
And because of that, he said, he came out with the opportunity to work in that if he wanted. All right? And now, in that effort to see election, I will create a boyfriend. He immediately bought a time. I was just looking for theater. What to do? I will create.
He calling TJ and Romeo honorable. So that's a misapplication of that word. You cannot call somebody who are declared guilty of corruption honorable. Is corruption honorable? So the guys, they call Romeo honorable. So the guys just abuse the language. They misapply words. You cannot call some of these guys that looted the people resources honorable. They are dishonorable. Yes, and that's how you have to use the words properly. And the analysis is just all over the place. Okay, the man is just literally all over the place. You're talking about Romeo Quioh, you're talking about Zarzar, you're talking about Sapo dialogue. What it has to do with the endorsement of Mr. Zarzar? So it's just all over the place. The man is discombobulated. He's confused. He doesn't know what to say.
We are able to get the book, but under the standard. What is that record? If you support the search from a good one, and we're at the end of the day, what does this think? Each person thinks. While we're looking for it, each person is thinking. The couple people want to down the conference. Before that down the conference, we have to do that, and now it's powerful knowledge you have to keep to the couple side.
You're talking about Romeo Quioh giving money. My man, that's what we're talking about here. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Quioh, for giving the people $9,000. Thank you very much. But why the people rejected you 4 times? After giving the people, $900, United States, you said 9,000 actually, 9,000 United States dollars. Why do people keep rejecting you, sir? Why? Okay, anyway, Mr. Quioh believes in reciprocity. You know that a word he uses a lot. Reciprocity. So he thought, reciprocity is from the word reciprocal. You do me, I do you. I do you a favor, you return that favor. So the man gave the people 9,000 so the people can make a lawmaker. But the people say, you know what, sir, you are storing enough of our resources. So $9,000 is dropped in the bucket. And the money you are giving us is our own money. You are not doing us a favor. So there is no reason why we should elect you. You are giving our money that you stole. Okay? And so why should we elect you when you give my own money to me? You see? So Hugh Bladee, Mr. Quioh is not doing the Sapo people a favor. Okay, when you give whatever, you didn't give us no evidence to back what you say, you just giving your man words. But they assume that he gave out $9,000. That's the people money. The 74 projects that they abandoned. That's part of that almost $4 million they squandered. It's part of the people money. So it's not a favor he's doing for the people. He's giving the people money back to them. How is it that you want somebody to recognize Mr. Romeo Quioh when the man is corrupt? Who the moral man would do that? The man is corrupt. When you do that, then you are also supporting corruption. So nothing wrong with Mr. Mabutu Yempam. Nothing wrong with Zarzar. Etiaje himself does not trust Romeo Quioh. Why you want Zarzar to trust him? Why you want Mabutu to trust him? Why? Etiaje say no confidence in Romeo Quioh. The man you supporting, the two people that stole, Etiaje doesn't trust Romeo, but you want other people to trust him. Come on, guy. Come on, think a second here. It's not a rocket science. Your boss man, Etiaje, who was declared guilty, the renowned criminal in the country, or should I say notorious criminal in the country, doesn't trust Etiaje. But you want other people to trust him. Not Etiaje, but Romeo. He doesn't trust Romeo, but you want Zarzar to trust Romeo. You want Mabutu to trust Romeo. Okay, you should trust him. Even Etiaje himself does not, so you now trust Romeo. Put your trust in him.
Now, incidentally, the body
now he's giving you the history of the male, how they beat him. Okay, he's giving you how they beat Romeo now. What are you about to tell us?
You over $20,000 is not just $6. Carry complicated doctor Samuel. But back then, over Mabutu was the big leader of the CDC in that direction. More, Mr. Patrick,
he said, man, return 30,000 to the people, but whose money is it? Is that a personal money? No, it's the people's money. So is that something for you to be bragging about? If you said a man took his personal money and gave it to the people, but the people $30,000, he gave it back. Some of the money they stole, and this time around, the people, LSCC and all the different anti-corruption institutions, they were watching him now, so he could not take the last money. So he was forced to give it back to the people. And so he's saying he never did a favor for the people. So these things, they are not something to run or give us something that Romeo did.
The Charles was fired. All right? But he was left out.
He was left out because he is a rotten potato, my man. You don't need, I mean, for Hugh Bladee, what is wrong with your thinking, brother? Do you honestly want the people to take a man who 2 times, not 1 time, twice, he duped the people? So you want the people to take that man? No. You know, so these are some of the bad young guys, you know, they complain about the old politicians. But now they come by and support those worst people that deprive the children education. Romeo Quioh and Etiaje were in the county, and Body Etiaje were on radio and said the development funds of South County, they are not meant for scholarship. Romeo did not say a word. But Hugh Bladee said, oh, you know what? And the people that tried Romeo, the man is not trustworthy. He did not conduct himself he did not conduct himself in a way where the people would trust him. Okay? He's not trustworthy. The people, nothing wrong with our people don't have psychological issue to be allowing the same man to dupe them over and over. Okay? If you do that, you know what Lincoln said? You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can even fool some of the people all of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Okay, Romeo has fooled the people many times, and this time around, the people are saying, "No, we can't allow you to do it no more." But Hugh Bladee is lamenting; he's crying. Oh, the people that try my man Romeo. Oh, Etiaje not even try Romeo, but he wants. Your man Romeo, Etiaje does not trust Romeo. Why you want other people to trust him? You cannot blame the people. Blame Mr. Quioh himself. Hugh Bladee, what you are doing right now, you are building your own legacy. And in the long run, that's why the people will use. It's not about other people. It's what Romeo did. That's what haunting you today. So you are doing yours now. You are supporting Etiaje. You are supporting Romeo. Go ahead, brother. It's your right. But it's talking about the future. And we are still around. We will educate the people. So the man basically running a campaign against Zarzar. He's not running against Chea. Chea, who was the one on the ballot right now, is that Mr. Zarzar will receive the worst. Hugh Bladee is no matter how you press on the words, okay? It doesn't change anything. You can say, it doesn't change anything, okay? So no matter how you emphasize on that word, the people of Sando County will look at the records of the candidates. It's on the records of the candidate that they will decide who will be lawmaker or not. So in 2023, we will be making the case to the people of Sando County. Fellow citizens of Sando County, we have two sons of Sando County, okay? And these two sons, one of them was your superintendent before, and he was given $4 million United States dollars to undertake 74 projects in your county, including electrifying the biggest city in Sando County. The man left the city dark. Okay? The man, ladies and gentlemen, he ate your money. But yeah, he said the other guy on the other side, they call Mr. Zarzar. He was the man that exposed the corruption of the man. And he was taken to court, and he was eventually declared guilty. Do you want the man who left the biggest city in Sando County dark, or the man who exposed Tiage's corruption? So the people will make that decision. Okay? Do you want Mr. Zarzar, who made the people of electoral district number 3 to have access to telecommunication service? Do you want Mr. Zarzar, who Tiage himself said built the first high school outside of Greenville? Is that the man you want, or Tiage, who took your money and built a prostitution center? The man who took your money and sponsored a bill so that a prostitution center can get more customers? Is that the man you want? And so we will make the case to the people. If the people want the corrupt man, so be it. That's what they want. But for you, Bladee the guy, I say you have received the worst ever. Do you want Mr. Zarzar, who advocated for the people to get on payroll while Tiage on the other side and say, no, boycott this rate? The people, they are not legitimate. Is that the man you want? Or the man who campaigned for over 300 persons to get on payroll? So we'll make the case to the people. So Hugh Bladee can make a case and we'll make the case. If he wants us to have a debate on the legacy of Honorable Zarzar and Tiage, we can have that debate and see who will be on the rest of his story. Okay? So we don't get time for all that yelling. We'll make the case.
We'll show our faces because he showed me I expected him to tell that his future is quiet.
He said, so Hugh Bladee wants Mr. Zarzar to go with his expectation. I expected him, but what? So who lives by your expectation? Hugh Bladee said, I expected him to be quiet or don't say anything. But Hugh Bladee, when you are making a decision that someone who had the expectation that you shouldn't support Tiage, did you listen to us? No, you did not listen to us, and you went. So why you want other people to obey your expectation? So, I mean, that kind of double standard that you guys, you have the freedom to make your decision, but you want to say, Mr. Zarzar did not live up to my expectation. Mr. Zarzar is not living, according to your expectation. He's not living according to your whims, caprices. No, he's an independent thinker. He makes independent decisions. The same way you are an autonomous being. You make independent decisions. Okay, so why are you lamenting about Mr. Zarzar? So that they cry, are talking about the man crying basically. Oh, Mr. Zarzar, you don't support my man, Tiage, man. listen to
that will lead the connection on this conflict. But
the man literally crying, why you support Mr. Chea? The guys are so tribalistic to the point that once you come from another tribe, you shouldn't support another person. It's so bad. That's a Hugh Bladee. The poverty in the county is not because of your tribal construction or your ethnic construction. No, it's because of bad people that tell you that you support. It's that why people are poor. Okay, it's not because of a tribal issue. Tribe doesn't make the decision. It's the person.
Hugh.
Sorry, guys. Somebody calling me.
Because in my mind, the truth of the outcome is that this stuff, the practice is single-handed. So on the chair, you're not even knowing that on the free play and live not home is our president the way he is today.
You think all what the play going to the superintendent, all of that. All right. So so the man is just all over the place. All right, so Hugh Bladee is crying. You're listening to the man crying basically. Oh, Mr. Zarzar did not support Romeo. Crying.
But Hugh, Zarzar's point is about the Sapo people. But it's about breaking the chain of tribalism in the county.
Perfect. That's one of the reasons. If this is not about travel, so the man said, how do we break the travel thing that TJ and other guys, they strive, like Hugh Bladee and they thrive on? How should we break this? And so Mr. Zarzar said, okay, looking at the legacy, it's not because of the tribe of Chea that Mr. Zarzar supporting, it's because of what Mr. Chea doing, working with him to improve the lives of the people. So if I have somebody who is working with me versus the other person who is not working with me, should I support the person who is not working with me? No.
Because Sapo man cannot support a coup man in election. And I mean, coming up publicly at least, I mean, they just launched the whole idea of Sapo coup competition in elections.
For us, we are appointed. We go beyond.
They will be breaking. We are appointed. Okay, you listen to the point and he coming contradict himself. Just listen.
What people see. Who doesn't look at this topic? Who told you that Sapo man are not supported to before? The crew are supported.
But that's not what he's saying. He said to bridge the travel gap. He didn't say Sapo man has not supported crew man or crew man has not supported Sapo man before. That's not what he said. He said, how do we bridge that gap? Is it for us to be on our individual side, travel side? No. And so the Zarzar said, what can we do to merge the crew and the Sapo, they are family inside the country. How can we merge a family that the likes of TJ, they are putting apart? How should we put them together? All right. So Mr. Zarzar look at the candidates. He look at Mr. Romeo Quioh ratting record and say, no, I can't go with the man. The man who wants people land to be taken, no, I can't go with the man. So let me go with Chea, who is advocating for people to get school in the country, building vocational school, who is getting telecommunication service. I mean, and those things for the people. And that's the man he wants. That is true, Hugh Bladee. That is true. The crew people supported Mabutu and vice versa. But guess what? The reason why the people voted as they did is because at the time, the people, they ran on issues, okay? The people realized, I say, you know what? We are just from a war, okay? So it doesn't make sense for us to start running on tribe. So the candidates that were in the race at the time, they propounded the issues to the people. They ran on issue, they didn't run on tribe, okay? So unlike TJ who came, before, it was TJ that got in the picture before the tribal divide came in the county. The people were not thinking tribalistically, or as why and those people will not be a lawmaker inside the county. So this is the argument we have been making over and over. The people, they are not tribal in the county, but it is the likes of TJ who pushing the tribal divide because he cannot win anything without appealing to that. If TJ runs on an agenda, the issues, you will not make it. So the only way you can make it is to appeal to the tribal sentiment of the people. So we are not, there is no debate about that.
You know the story. I supported with deficit Samoa in his green lecture in China in 2011. I didn't support. But because he did not live up.
So, but you say you supported the man. You say from both tribes, so that means you're supporting the man tribalistically, you know. So that's not a big deal.
What is that? So I want to hear the information. So I was not going to do that as a need to accept. But I know, and I'm saying the point on the record, you can record me, and I know you're recording. Point on the record. Point 23. The one thing on the other to pray that, you know, I will generate some theater. Should not go on the CDC because everything, therefore, was still there decide to go on the CDC and they will see the end with that.
Okay, so the seditions will be so dumb to take TJ over Zarzar. You know, nothing wrong with CDC. The TJ same man, he was with CDC before, and he left. He said, "Those guys, they are rebels, they are mujahideen, and all those things." So he going back to the rebels, the mujahideen. Those are the people even if he goes back. The people, they will not look at the record of Mr. Zarzar and look at the record of TJ and go take TJ over Milton. No, it's not going to be possible. Mr. Zarzar is an asset to CDC. As opposed, what does TJ bring to the table besides casting people out, besides corruption? So once CDC absorbs and takes TJ over Mr. Zarzar, that means CDC is corrupt. That's what I mean, and they don't want to put themselves in that position. Nobody wants a corrupt man. Okay? Ellen Johnson said he was corrupt, so she and TJ, they were good buddies. You know, Jawia would not want to be in that situation, to take a corrupt man, to take the man. He said Jawia was Ayatollah, you know, he's a supreme leader. In CDC, he's the only one, whatever decision he makes. So TJ want to go there again to listen to the supreme leader, so supreme leader can tell you anything. I mean, if he wants to go, it's fine, but I'm quite sure he would just be going there for formality. All right? So they were not taking over Mr. Zarzar. That is not possible. Okay, that is not a possibility. Looking at what we are looking at, the variables that we are looking at right now, TJ is done. He will force himself to the CDC for sure, because right now he has no backing. The man has no backing. All the lawmakers inside of the country, they are moved from behind him. So he will go seek some kind of refuge somewhere so that he will not be standing alone. Okay. So if he goes to CDC, it will not make any difference. They will not take Mr. Zarzar. They will not take TJ over Mr. Zarzar. All right? So just forget that.
Sorry. Because we in the legislature every day, we go there, we see who discuss kind of. We see who
You see, that's the difference. Hugh Bladee and TJ all is discuss Sino. But Hugh Bladee, we are not talking about who discusses Sino. We are talking about who is doing something in Sino. We are not talking about discussion. So we are not arguing with you that you don't discuss Sino content. Nobody making an argument here. We are not making an argument. Yes, you discuss Sino. But when it comes to what you have done in Sino in practice, it's bad. So we look at, after you finish talking and saying all the big words, when we look at your history in the country, it's horrible. So we are looking at practice. That's what we're looking at. We don't get time for your discussion. You can go ahead and discuss all day. We give it to you. Carry the discussion. But the woman, the little child in Sino County who is hungry, will not eat discussion. The child who is not in school in Sino County, or the university student who are depressed scholarship, they will not eat discussion. Discussion will not send them to school. They want the resources to be spent on them. And that's what we are talking here, not discussion.
When I walked on the corner, and I said,
oh, sorry, somebody just called me back to back here.
Is there real something like this? Except these guys are still on something. Because that's what, at the end of the day, my comment, I also said, the sincerity of that people that stand there should be adequately looked at. Because they are
so these are the guys that all they do is confusion, you know. When somebody says something, they gotta be adequately looked at. It's all about confusion. That's what they're thinking about. Oh, that man, what he's saying is not true. If you do that, I mean, what is wrong with go? I mean, unity is preferable than being on your one side. So you would believe it's nothing but a separatists. You say, oh, that statement, what the olive branch that Quioh Donkey is standing to you, Mr. TJ, you gotta look at it critically, man. That's sincere. Okay. So in other words, don't do it. So these guys they will talk and then put themselves on the bus. You know, they expose themselves.
You really try to keep going with the pain, you need a weapon. We have no people there. We have nothing to know. If you want to go to that program and you listen to what I'm going to make there, my brother, you will know that the honorable Malcolm Floor, the honorable Quioh Mr, the honorable Martin Zarzar, they are not all of people. The people in student with, the things that are understanding is the only problem in the jungle.
If he's not the only person, why is he isolated? Why is TJ isolated if he's not the only problem in Sano County? Why is Quioh Donkey and Nambwe Law, they are not fighting each other? Why is Mr. Zarzar and Mr. Chea, they are not fighting each other? Why is Chea and Nambwe Law are not fighting each other? Or why Donkey and Zarzar are not? So you guys will make the weak argument, and you have no argument to make here. Why is it that you got 5 person and 1 person is isolated, but you say the 4 people are the problem? They got the problem. The 1 man, he's a perfect man. They say the 4 men, when I say a word to him, you'll go on radio or you write a statement. And so the guys, they're pressing amount to nothing. They are not asset, but he is not a problem. The people that did not say any word to him, they are the problem. So he usually, come on, you guys sit down small. If you're making these weird analysis, you have to think about what the other man was saying, because what you are saying doesn't make sense. You cannot have a town of 1,000 or 4,000. Let's just say Liberia, for example. We have, close to 5 million people in that country. 1 person, the guy out and said the whole country, that the country, the problem that what the man left. And so what the man is saying, you have a caucus, 1 person is isolated, he by himself, and the people that he pushing out, he voluntarily wrote a letter and left, and he said the guy that did not expel him are the guys that have the problem. The man who expelled himself is not the problem. That's funny. Mr. Chea, who actually tried to reach out to Senator Teji, you know what he said? He said, with or without Senator Teji, will maintain the peace. He said, what that means is 1 man is not important more than 4 people or the entire county. So we don't need that man to have peace. We already have peace. The man can be on his own. So, and they call him over, you want to come. Nobody pushing away. But you bleeding, those guys are all, it's unfortunate. The guys, the bad thinking is very important. And that's why the French philosopher René Descartes said, cogito ergo sum, which means I think, therefore I exist. You got to think. But the guys are not thinking. They're just following, the man is sycophant, He's obsequious. When you are obsequious, you are bootlicker, so you don't think for yourself.
People who are on the cover, that is the major key player of gifted, they're not in the country.
Look on. He said the poor on the cover and instability. The ones that are not insulting anybody, they are not saying any foul language to anybody. They are the source of instability. With the one that is insulting people, he's not a source of so it's logic upside down, okay? So you have the story. If you read the Republic, though the Adamatus and those guys that were against Socrates, they're trying to flip the script on the man. Socrates is saying the truth, but they're saying, you know what, the man didn't believe in the gods of Athens. So it's similar thing the guy is doing. He's demonizing the 4 guys and make the other guy the saint. the man who ran away, who wants to be by himself. Okay, that the man who was attacking the superintendent the other day on the radio. The man, the number Chea stole our county $100,000 that Prosper Brown left in the account. But it's not a problem. That's good news to Hugh Bladee. That is a good news. When your lawmaker is not talking about Ebola, coronavirus time, he didn't call to educate the people. He called to attack the superintendent of the county and his parents. The men who were on radio and attacking Quioh Donkey, the man got no buyer, no political buyer. The man are the owner of the county. The man doesn't have problem. So Hugh Bladee and they are comedians. The guys need to survive, so they will do anything. Whether it doesn't make sense, they will still do it.
There's people who say I was getting people. There is people, what kind of he made to be sure that Honorable Zarzar and Honorable Zarzar and the cover and that Honorable
you say what effort Chea has been making effort reaching out to Senator TJ, so you want the man to bend down to him. The man has been reaching out to Senator TJ for reconciliation, but TJ kept backing up. Why is Mr. Zarzar and Chea they are friends? And TJ and TJ and Mr. Chea they are not. It's because TJ attitude. He doesn't. He wants to be. Anyway, he says the owner of Sano County, so the people should be back in it. And nobody has time for that. They got better job to do than to be back in TJ. You know. So why you? I mean, Hugh Bladee, man, you suck.
Okay. All right. I will give you a call at 5 o'clock today on DKD so that we really conclude on this issue. Yeah.
I would appreciate you to do that.
Yeah. Thank you so much this morning. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Actually. Yeah.
So that's Hugh Bladee right there. Hugh Bladee, he has nothing. He brought nothing to the discussion. The issues affecting the people. He didn't talk about the economic condition of the people in the county. He didn't talk about the lack of education or better facility in the county. How can we improve? What is this candidate bringing? He didn't say anything. All you are doing is tribal stuff and attacking the other people. They're doing the change stuff, blaming other people. That's all this guy brought. The major issue that confronting the people in the county and the candidate is supporting TJ Kennedy, because anything that TJ supports, that's what he supports, you know. So that TJ Kennedy supports, but he didn't give up anything. He was given the opportunity almost 20 or 30 minutes to give the people of Sano County what his candidates bringing to the people. He failed to do that. Okay? So these are the people. They will just make noise and people listen to them. Hey, we're the pundit. We are the pundit. And when you listen to the pundit is not saying anything logical. He's not saying anything that makes sense.
All they do is confusion, you know.
Yeah, the point this time I like to read some of the comments that are trending, okay, that I'm seeing right now. Let's read the comments that are trending right now. I saw from the top here, Mr. Milton Chea said, let me read it from here. Nothing good coming from this guy. Several people didn't endorse Senator Chea, but Honorable Matthew G. Zarzar. These guys are just negative travelers. However, I believe they are thinking about their next plans. That's what they're doing. Nothing else. They bring nothing to the table. How you doing, sir? That's Mr. Panto is there watching. Thank you. Mr. What Milton also said here. That is a worry. I don't know what you are referring to. And then you also said, my man, please slow down with us small now. Paul and Yalison, it is too huge to understand for others. I broke it down, man. That's blind optimism. that's what Romeo was doing. O'Hara Tia, you think I'm here to dignify you? I'm not here to appease anybody, young man. I'm just here to expose those bad guys and to tell the people who write for them. If you don't want to listen to the sagacious Homo sapien, that's how you put that. It's left to you. I'm not here to force my view on anybody. I'm just telling you, looking at the records of the guys who was right for the people. That's what I'm doing here. So I'm not here for you to dignify my view. No. But go, Milton said, but go live begin. Who cares? Go live or go live or whatever. And then he also said, O'Hara said, I want to debunk your myth against Honorable Quioh, but since you are afraid to put me on, I shall go live few minutes. Okay, go ahead, young man. You have the freedom. We are not stopping you from going live. Go ahead. I think I had to, the other day we planned to bring you on, but unfortunately we had a network problem. But again, you still have the opportunity. Maybe call me through Messenger. I can put you. the GSC, they put everything here, attach the checks and everything, they come back on, they attach everything here. It's right here. You guys are just horrible guys. He said, how much money Mr. Romeo Quioh left in the county bank account? His negative $27,000 where he left. Verdia said, break it down, SG. I just did. Speak English. Okay. Let's see something else. Milton said he's talking like someone who is angry. Yeah, he is. Hugh Bladee, the man, they call honorable. It's serious people here, man. It's an honorable man. He called Romeo honorable. The man said, I'm hoping the people reject him again. He doesn't stand any chance of winning. He sat there with Senator Milton Chea to deplete the county's resources. I'm not even encouraged with his component. He can't run away from his record. Not at all. Not at all. He can't run away from it. Man cannot run. He can only high a little bit, but he can't run for you go high yourself on a rhetoric, but you can't have on that. The records are there. We'll repeat the record. That's our job. Happy pre-birthday to President Francis Clamayos. It is my prayer that God Almighty give you a long life to lead your people. That's a statement from Mr. Alfred Yante. All right, so these are some of the comments I'm seeing on the platform right now. So now let's do the last segment of the show and we'll call it a day. Okay, so the last segment here, we will just be looking at one of the candidates that is running. We just listened to Hugh Bladee crying and Mr. Quioh telling me, "Oh, I'm not corrupt." For you to say I'm corrupt, I get respect for people who are honest. I would rather support Mr. Quioh if he tells us the truth that I am corrupt. What I did, I was wrong, and I will make the reform. I mean, come with sincerity, but when you start lying to us, it pisses me off, And then you are pushing me more to propound your bad record to the people, and that's what Mr. Quioh did here. Tell us the truth. Why you took our money? Oh, I took your money, but it's the reason. Give us some reason. Maybe we'll have pity on who knows. But you want to lie to us? It's not going to work, sir. So let's look at Mr. Aaron Manneh here. His speech. Aaron Manneh gave her his platform, and I think Mr. Manneh brought something. At least we can say, yeah, this is somebody who is thinking. That's what we are supposed to do. Not Hugh Bladee or Mr. Quioh and are talking about tribe. Mr. Aaron Manneh is talking substance, but I see more so like rhetorician. He gave me a rhetoric, but his speech has substance in it, something in it that we can take from there, that makes sense. So let's bring Hugh Bladee down and let's bring up here the Mr. Manneh. Let's bring Mr. Manneh here. Mr. Manneh is the next man running. So let's look at his speech for us here. What Mr. Manneh said, but I want to bring his speech here first. Let me bring his speech here, his image. It'll be up there shortly. Give me a second. Let's take Mr. Quioh from here. Perfect. It didn't take long. All right, let's look at Mr. Aaron Manneh here. Mr. Aaron Manneh. And that is his slogan, campaign slogan you see over there. Sano County, we hear your cry. All right. And that was the title of the speech as well. Sano County, we hear your cry. Okay, Mr. Manneh say he hears your cry. Okay, let's look at what he has for us. Okay. And why now? Why now? The people have been crying for much too long. Pre-1847 and post-1847. We don't let now go pre-1847, before 1847. But after 1847, he wasn't born 1847 for sure, so we can't hold him responsible. When we come to the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and we are now in 2000, or 2020 actually. But now Mr. Manneh is now hearing the people of Sano County cry. Okay, we are so let read his speech here. All right, Mr. Manneh said he heard the people of Sano County cry. Let's look at what he has to say here to us. Let's see what he has for us here. Mr. Manneh, his campaign guide, the poster of speech. So it's a little bit a long read, but I want to read it so we can get all the candidates the benefit of the doubt. We don't want to cherry pick. So we want to give you everything that all the candidates are saying inside of county, so you can be aware, of the candidate speeches. All right. So we want to read Mr. Manneh's speech, and then we're going to give you an analysis. Okay. We want to break things down to you. All right. So he said, so that's the title. We hear your cry. Mr. Manneh, Aaron Manneh unveiled his 2020 May 10 senatorial election platform. So this is it right here. He read. It was published yesterday at 5:22 p.m. Okay. So he said, we hear your cry, Sano County. Before this piece of land of ours was colonized by more than 300 freed of our brothers and sisters who are returned to their ancestral home from slavery. So let's look at it. Before the piece of land of ours was colonized by more than 300 freed of our brothers and sisters who had returned to their ancestral home from slavery, it was already inhabited by indigenous Africans over a millennium. In the 15th century, it was discovered by the Portuguese. Okay, our land say was discovered by the Portuguese. Okay, let's leave the other one. All right, it was discovered by the Portuguese and was called the Green Coast. All right, how did the people of Sano County or Liberia call their land? All right, okay, we'll take let's just read the speech for now. The returnees who colonized our county came from the Prosper Hill plantation in Mississippi, Tennessee, south of the United States. This was in 1845. Like the indigenous, the Portuguese, and the returnees from the Prosper Hill plantation, they all came here for assimilative life that recognizes individuals' human dignity, that celebrates diversity as a strength based on competitive ideas to solve common problems, not from some, but from all. Okay, but that Mr. Manneh is not telling you the true history here, because when the same the colonizer, the returnee that you're talking about, when they came, they suppressed the indigenous people, and that's what they did. So it wasn't there was not competitive ideas, it was suppression of the majority. So you got to make that clear to us too. From Green Coast, Sano was named Mississippi in Africa. That is how we have Mississippi Street in Greenfield. Okay, I'm learning something from here too. This was under the patronage of a chapter of the American Colonization Society. From Mississippi in Africa, it became Sano Colony after Sano River. The capital, Greenville, was named after George James Green, who was influential for bringing our free brothers and sisters from the Mississippi Delta and Liberia. In 1842, Sano County or Sano Colony was annexed by the Commonwealth of Liberia. Sano Colony, Masurado, and Grand Basso were the three original settlements that signed the Declaration of Independence on July 26, 1847, before Grand Cape Mount and Maryland settlements joined the new republic. The five of them became first counties of Liberia, and then the Commonwealth of Liberia became the Republic of Liberia. The indigenous, those from Portuguese, he said, those from Portugal, I think, that's what you was saying, and the brothers and sisters who freed from slavery all came here for a single purpose. That purpose was and still is freedom, rule of law, and justice for all, equal access to learning and empowering opportunities that promote free and fair competitions. This means, regardless of one's political position in government, he or she is not better than others because let me see, let me go back again. This means, regardless of one's political position in government, he or she is not better than others because inalienably we are all bounded by human's dignity and connected by sound identity. Being in political power does not make one better than ordinary citizens, because without you, the silent, sidelined, and overlooked majority, there will be no political positions to contest for. Okay, I agree with that. Most importantly, all political positions belong to you, the voters. That is why once ask for your votes to get the job. In this case, we, the registered ones, have the responsibility to decide for the rights of citizens, for the rights of citizens and residents of our county. The formation of SANO was intended to create a level playing field for all citizens, irrespective of one's ethnicity or religion or traditional belief, gender, and disability, ascribed status, and political positions. Okay, Mr. Manneh wanted to say, in 173 years, there is no doubt these reasons that brought all of us together were far from being true for the silent, sidelined, and overlooked majority of the population. Yes, did a livelihood survival for the majority is at the mercy of nature, despite the promise of better life for everyone 173 years now. We said to you, our great people of Sano County, particularly boys and girls, as your senator, we will fight to remove public scholarships funds or from individual lawmaker to make it truly a public funds. Okay, so that's one promise Mr. Manneh is making to you. All right, he said the scholarship, right now is on a lawmaker. So he said he was going to make it public instead of being on the lawmaker. Okay, so he said, we say to you, our great people of Sano County, particularly boys and girls, as your senator, we will fight to remove public scholarships or funds from individual lawmaker to make it truly public funds. Okay, that's a promise he's making to you. This means one's qualification for such funds must purely base scoring and maintain certain grade level at the college or university level. Okay, so Mr. Manneh is telling you those that will be eligible, you have to maintain certain grade average. Okay, it will be based on scoring, he said, and based on maintaining certain grade average. But he didn't tell what that grade is. Okay, at the university level. But now, if you do this, I'm not saying we shouldn't look at the score, but there are other factors for which certain students they score high and other students score low. So I mean, we have to look at the economic background of the various students. Are others from a better family? They have access to resources. If they have access to resources, they will be focused more on their reading or their schoolwork versus a child who lives in a poor home who has to go on the farm all day. So you have to look at all those variables in order to say, you know what, once so in the view of the candidate that is coming, if you don't get certain hours in Sano County, you are not getting the scholarship. It's not for you. It's for the people that are brilliant. Okay, it's not for all the children in Sano County. That's why Mr. Manneh is in other words telling you, you got to get certain scholarship, certain grade point. You got to get certain score before you'll be eligible. We're taking it from the individual lawmakers, but we're gonna put it. We'll make it purely public, but you have to be an A student before you can get it. I don't know, you didn't say that, but you say setting average grade point. So we don't know what that grade point is. He has to make it clear to us. what would be the benchmark for him? Is that 70C? Is that B? I mean, so Mr. Manneh got to be clear to her. What's the grade level you're talking about? That will qualify a student to qualify for the scholarship you're talking about. All right. Relating to any lawmaker or having a connection with him or her must be a non-starter for qualification. Okay, so he said being a family member or have some connection with any lawmaker will not make you to be qualified. In other words, okay. All right, so fair enough. This, as your senator, will be one of our first fights. Okay, this is something you'll be fighting first. That's the first thing you will do, according to him. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We say to you, I agree to understand, but you are not clear. It's ambiguous. You are not telling us the grade level that you're talking, the score that you're talking about. All right? All right, so that has to be clear. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We say to you the silent, okay, you call them a silent, sidelined, and overlooked minority. Okay, so they got the majority, they are overlooked, they are sidelined by politicians. Okay, particularly for our people in the rural side, you get drinking water from the creeks or open wells. We hear your cry. Okay, my thing is, Mr. Manneh is telling all these things. Mr. Manneh is maybe about 60 or 70 years old. What did he do during his youthful age to get some of these things under control? You are telling us that our people are drinking from the creek in 2020. What did he do prior to this to stop that situation? What was his contribution in that regard? How many hand pumps did Mr. Manneh build? But he's just telling us these things as campaign, let's say, talking points. Okay. He went on to say, fighting together to debate the issue of safe drinking water at the legislature is our shared challenge and calling. We say to you, the overlooked minority or majority in the rural areas that use the butchers as toilets, we hear your cry. Okay, you don't have to be a lawmaker to get a toilet for the people. What has Mr. Manneh done in that regard to build toilet? We hear your cry. If you agree, then this is your campaign. All right. We are discussing. We are going through the speech of Mr. Manneh that contains his agenda for Sano County. Okay. He goes on to say, we say to you, all our people on the left bank, looking up to the beautiful hills and high mountains, and looking down the valleys in Jiri, okay, district, Jiri district, Jiripo district, and Dupa district, we hear your cry. Okay, he's telling us. So the left bank, I mean, this is divisive politics because this thing came during the prior election. People were making the right bank and the left bank politics, and Mr. Manneh is repeating this in his speech. The people on the left bank, okay, should be seen as all citizens on the land of Sinai. Okay, but let go of the politician. That's what they do. For this, we say it is time to select or elect someone who will be answerable to you and transparent. If you agree, then this is your campaign. If you also agree that you need someone to be your voice at the upper house of the legislature, then this is your campaign. We say to you, all our people out there along the Sano River, Dube River, Sanquan River, Texas River, Barefoot River, and Playson River, we hear your cry, okay? Mr. Manneh is hearing your cry, okay? We say to you, all our people out there, under the natural sounds of the Sano River form in Wedger District, under the sounds of Dube River form in Dube River District, under the sounds of Sanquan River form in Sanquan District, and under the sounds of Humboldt River for in Buto District, we hear your cry. Okay, Mr. Manneh goes on to say, bringing the issues of how to figure out how to build hydroelectric power plants, how to build hydroelectric power plants to the waiting. Okay, bringing the issue of how to figure out how to build hydroelectric power plant to the debate table at the national legislature will be our task. Okay, he's telling you they have to do hydroelectric. We don't have power right now. TJ abandoned the place. So he's saying, okay, we'll be bringing that to the legislature for discussion. These are things you will be discussing. Okay, it's discussion. Okay, if you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because figuring out the utilization of our evergreen rainforest, which produces above 80 inches of rainfall, has not been brought up at the debate table at the national legislature. Okay, so these are things you'll be bringing for debate. You'll be discussing it. You'll be debating them. We hear your cry because figuring out the means for the utilization of our national park comprising virgin forests reserved for eco-tourists, activities, and biomedical research to create learning and other training opportunities for you, the silent, sidelined, and forgotten majority, has not been a part of the legislative agenda in 173 years. The same is true about our wildlife preservation. These are things Mr. Manneh said he will be bringing for discussion. Do you put them on the table for discussion? Okay, he didn't say that's what he would do, but he will put it on the table so they can discuss them. Do we have problem with discussion inside? No, but we need somebody who will implement. And I think the person has already set the pace. Mr. Augustine Chea is implementing. He's not discussing, but he's implementing. Mr. Manneh has not implemented, but he said, I will discuss. All right. Discussion. I don't know whether it will put food on the table for a little child or a mother who cannot afford medication for a child who is sick or herself. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because these figures or these failures have caused the destruction of most of our evergreen forest from unstable cultivation for subsistence farming. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because our seaside is well known for savanna and mangrove, but figuring out how to utilize them to improve our livelihoods has not been a priority for members of our delegation at the national legislature. Okay, that's something you will do or you will bring to the table. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because improving the judicial system that include all the 47 courts in our county and equipment have not been debated at the national legislature. Okay, this something will be debated again. These are all debate items. Okay, if you agree with this, this is your campaign. Mr. Manneh wanted to say, let me change the orientation a little bit. Mr. Manneh wanted to say to us, if you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because roads, education, and healthcare for the silent, and overlooked majority have not been legislative priorities. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because reintegration of Pakistan formed the agenda at the legislature. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because taking on the issue of illicit mining in government camp in Bochum, Jdeï district, in Paris and Champagne in Khabur, Sankan district in Iraq or Sapo National Park in Jwazan, and Bayan districts has not been brought up the national legislature for debate. Okay, these are things you will be bringing up for debate. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because taking on the issue of illicit exploitation of Buto Oil Palm Company, or Buto District illicit rubber tapping of Sano rubber plantation in Wedger District has not been brought up at the legislature. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because the two coconut plantations producing oil in Bayan and Sanquin districts are yet to be a part of the legislative agenda from our delegation. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. You hear your cry because bringing the Sino port in Greenville, a district to post-war status, or making it even better has not been the focus of legislative debate by our delegation. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because the issue of the 33 clinics and F.J. Grant Memorial Hospital we had before the war with adequate drug supplies, equipment, and trained doctors, while the 5 static clinics previously operated by Merlin are now being debated at the national legislature. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. It is for these reasons and many more that we say we hear your cry. Okay? These reasons are our motivation to run for the open Senate seat at Ask Your Touch Bearer. I'll read that again. These reasons are our motivation to run for the open Senate seat as your touch bearer. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We know this is not an easy task, but here is what we also know. There is nothing impossible to achieve or do if you, the sidelined and overlooked majority of our county, come together for a single purpose, which is taking individual and collective ownership of our county. We can begin now by saying enough is enough. This means everyone has to get involved to make your voice heard. This means we have to talk to our parents, brothers and sisters, friends, and neighbors. This means talking about the importance of this election on school campuses, on your way on the farm, on your way to the creek to fetch water, on your way for firewood, on your way to tap palm wine, on your way to hunt, on your way to the gold mine, on your way to the football field, and other places. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. If you agreed with this, then this is your campaign. We are running because we hear your cry. And to have the opportunity to be your Homo 7 in line with Article 1 of our Constitution, not as your honorable in the Liberian context. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because there is nothing honorable for anyone who is elected or appointed to serve you and then in turn use his or her position for personal benefits. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. There is nothing honorable for one to use his or her lawmaker position to exploit your resources for personal benefit at the expense of the county. There is nothing honorable for one to use his or her lawmaking position, a lawmaker position to personalize scholarship, a scholarship fund rather than creating equal fighting chance for everyone to compete. We hear your cry because there is nothing honorable serving as a lawmaker to allot to yourself, to oneself, or protect unjustifiable huge salaries and allowances when there is no allotment in the national budget for youth education and other empowering opportunities for the boys and girls of our county to follow their dreams paths. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because there is no equal fighting chance that we allow all of you to compete for better life rather than handouts. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. There is nothing honorable personalizing scholarship funds allotted to you from state resources because of your position. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because our legislature was modeled based on the legislature of the United States. but it is not operating in the way it was meant to be. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because for too long, the people we often elect do put personal interests over our county. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We hear your cry because for too long, the people we elect do not have you, the sideline and overlooked majority at heart. If you agree with this, then this is your campaign. We say to you, our people of the Buddha district, we hear your cry. Our people of Bokan district, we hear your cry. Our people of Buto district, we hear your cry. Our people of Dubai River district, we hear your cry. Our people of Greenville district, we hear your cry. Our people of Jade district, we hear your cry. Our people of Jeripo district, we hear your cry. Our people of Dawson district, we hear your cry. Our people of Bayan district, we hear your cry. Our people of Kulu Shabo district, we hear your cry. Our people of Plain Yan district, we hear your cry. Our people of Pinestown district, we hear your cry. Our people of Sanquin district 1, we hear your cry. Our people of Sanquin district 2, we hear your cry. Our people of Sanquin district 3, we hear your cry. Our people of Sinkan district, we hear your cry. And our people of Waja district, we hear your cry. Thank you. May God bless you and bless our county. Aaron Manneh, senatorial aspirant, the people's choice. Okay, so that's Honorable Manneh for you. That's the case he's making. All right. Honorable Manneh has laid his platform down for us, what he has in storage for us. So anytime you want to know what Mr. Manneh is running on, all you have to do is just go into the platform. You know, this is what I like. You know, I want us to debate the issues, highlight the issue affecting the county. And that's why I like Mr. Manneh's speech. It has substance. He's not doing on tribes like TJ and what you call it, Hugh Bladee and those guys are doing. Or like Romeo and other guys are talking about tribe. Mr. Manneh gave us something to talk about, something that he will be bringing to the table for discussion. All right? He didn't say he would do it. He said he would bring it up for debate so they can debate it. But at least he brought some ideas to the floor, to the debate table that we have to think about. And that's the campaign I want to see leading up to, like you said, December so for the election. That's what I want to see. Let's debate the issues that are affecting the people of Sano County. And I want to say I'm grateful to Mr. Manneh for this. You know, that's how, let's bring this to the discussion. And that's how I want to see the politics of Sano County moving forward. You know, moving forward, that's how we're supposed to do. Highlight the issue and tell us what you're going to do. All right? But what I heard from Mr. Manneh is nothing but will. Mr. Manneh did not tell us in this speech what he did before, because he's almost in his 70s, if he's not already in his 70s. What did he do before? Okay? The people have been crying since 1847. Why now in 2020? Why did Mr. Manneh, why did he not listen to the people in the 80s, in the 70s? All right? Like you said, yeah, before, in the 60s, why did he listen to the cries of the people? But now in 2020, Mr. Manneh is now listening, hearing the cry. Before then, the people were not crying loud enough for him to hear them. Or what was happening that he did not hear them? And now in 2020, you're hearing the crowd loudly now. Their voices are up there. It's tumultuous. And that's why Mr. Manneh is now hearing it. All right. The idea is we have somebody who is hearing our cry. That is better than somebody who is not hearing it at all. So Mr. Manneh wants to say thank you for hearing the cries of the people. But at least next time, give us first what you have done. All right? What you have done, and then you tell us what you are coming to do. So then we can connect the dot. But you're just telling us, well, the people of Liberia, they have been hearing will forever. All right? Some people, they have heard it will and they have died. Okay? And the new generation, you guys are telling us will. We want to hear something now. All right? Not well, in the future. We want now something that will radically change the children lifestyle right now. Our children are honoring dilapidated structures in Sano County. Even though some lawmakers are making effort. Others are not. They are seeking their own interests. So what did Mr. Manneh do before? How many hand pumps did he build in the past? How many schools did he build in the past? Okay. What did he do about a lot of the things that he highlighted? Is that he has to be in the center before he can help the people? So that's my only frustration, but I like the speech overall. It has substance in it. That's what we're supposed to do. That's how we have to push out a counter forward. Let's deal with the issue and not look at travel labels that other people do. No, that's fine. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's how we have for you today on the Voice of Sino. We bring in the voices of all the politicians in Sino County, okay? And that's what we're supposed to do. This is critical to our forward march. Let us discuss the issue and see who has the better ideas and who has the better legacy. And from there, we can make our choice and choose somebody. All right? That's how it's supposed to be. And so we are getting different flavor. But I don't know, Mr. Manneh has been out of the country forever. I don't know whether he's in Liberia now. He's been out of the country forever. And now he's giving us the sweet talks. So let's see. Let me get us something here that we can close with. If you think your woman has a better tumor, let's just bullet in this game there. Liberian man. All right, so that's what we're going to end the program with today. Get this music for you, and we'll call it a day. I want to say thanks to all my viewers, all the followers, for your presence on the platform, for listening to us, for following us. Let's end with this. We are. Come on, music is. My network is tripping a little bit here. Let me see if I can get something else for you here. Let me try the network again. It's acting out right now.
Mr. Bye Bye, Dr. Luke Beats. Let me tell you the one thing, yeah. Oh, na, na. Ain't no trust you, I won't say, yeah. Oh, na, na. Why you driving me insane? You made a label I can't think, yeah. That your love I can pass my brain. Oh, na, na. When you want to know my puppy, let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to die, you chew her puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to know my puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to die, you tell her puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. Make it to fabric. Let it fabric. You ma make it to fabric. Let it fabric. Ma make it to fabric. Let it fabric. You ma make it to fabric. You let it fabric. Oh mama, I put it for mama. Like a calculator formula, yeah. You mathematician, you hard like calculus. You just can't give me all, yeah. What I want, ma. Yapunagi, come and give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi, baby, give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi. Come and give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi. Baby, give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi. Come and give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi. Baby, give me a yapunagi. Yapunagi. When you want to know my puppy, let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to die, you chew a puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to know my puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. When you want to know that you tell her puppy. Let she pull it in the skin tear. Make it to fabric. Let it fabric. You ma make it to fabric. Let it fabric.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for following the Voice of Sound. Let me recognize the people who are following right now, and then You will not hear my voice until next time. So, Madam, that's Rebecca and Kabar. How you doing? Thanks for joining the show. We are out for the day. Agnes Joe Johnson. Thanks for joining the show. Mistress Deccan T. Man Yampa. Okay, Yampa. Now one more right there. Let me not pronounce our woman name. DJ Victor Sounds, thanks for following the show. Mommy Williams, thanks for joining the show. We are out for the day. Madam George saying, how you doing? Thanks for seeing, actually. Milton Shaber, thanks for following. Mr. James Panto, thanks for following the show. That's O'Hara Tia, thanks for following. I seen Geraldine Verdier, FK Kala Zarzar, and others are following the show. Thanks for following us, and we will talk to you next time.